Buy 3, get the 4th free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy 3, get the 4th free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of 1 tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit petboys.com for details.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Guys, it's time to deploy the secret weapon. What's that? It's Blue Chew. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And it's a unique online service. They deliver the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable. It's a fraction of the cost. And wait until you hear the deal I'm going to hook you up with here. The thing about Blue Chew that's fantastic is it's an online prescription service, so you don't have to go to the doctor and have an awkward conversation. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. It comes right to your door in a discreet package, and you're off to the races. This is something you should be using to take your B game and bring it up to an A game. And that is what you need to do today. There's a special deal for you right now. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code, the letters TNJ, to receive your first month free. Check out Blue Chew now.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. When looking for an attorney, I would choose experience. Do they care? Will they pick up your phones? I'd avoid the guy who sounds like this when he picks up.
I'd do anything for you. I got plastic wrap, I got a shovel in my trunk, and I got a boat at the marina. Thanks to this mofo.
If you want to hire a law firm who's willing to work this hard just to do a commercial, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, September 12th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from Bon Jovi The Hero to new details on Dave Grohl's mystery hookup, and if NFL superstar makes an embarrassing mistake, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
How we doing?
Hello to you, Josh.
A good morrow.
And hello to you, everybody else. You can send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Yeah.
How was your birthday? How was last night? Good?
It was good. I hung out, made some fillets.
That's good.
And then I Ashley went to bed, and I was like, I'm gonna go out.
More fillets?
I'm gonna go have a drink. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go, and kind of explore. And it was dead.
Oh, you hit the town?
I went out. I went out on a Wednesday, and it was like.
So it's your birthday? You're just sitting by yourself at a bar somewhere drinking?
It's not that sad.
It's like sad piano playing in the background.
No. There's jukeboxes wherever I went. No,
the bartender's trying to console you a little bit.
Nobody's consoling me, dude.
Just checking. It
was like a kind of a slow. It was rainy, early on. I think people just kind of.
I'm so over it.
Even like the people that you could count on to always be out. I was like, yo, you nope.
I like how C-Lane calls them the people you can count on to be out, as opposed to the alcoholics, because it sounds so much better.
I'm one of those ones you can count on to be out.
Yeah,
and you weren't.
I was not.
Look at that. Unbelievable. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to space, everybody. Why? Because this, I think, is pretty cool. They said history is happening. The first civilian commercial spacewalk. So that means somebody riding on a SpaceX rocket flies way up into space, way past the International Space Station, and then they get out of the spacecraft that they're in. That hasn't been done in never. It hasn't been done in ever. And it was pretty
civilian-wise.
No, yeah, it's been done by NASA astronauts, but not by a private company like SpaceX, as private as that might be. But here was the moment where they did this first civilian spacewalk.
I have a feeling the crowd is about to go wild.
Good timing. He's making his way out of the capsule. Hey, just looking at this, could you imagine poking out of that? Could you imagine?
No, my stomach is in my throat right now.
Oh, wow. It's a view of our glorious planet so far below this dude. And he's a billionaire, a tech billionaire. I don't know much about him. Look up Jared Isaacman. Jared Isaacman. He's a billionaire and really wanted to go to space.
The whole name. I thought you were like, look up Jarek Isaac, man.
No, not a comma. No, Jarek Isaacman, the first ever civilian to start a spacewalk, and he traveled furthest from Earth as a human who's a civilian.
Defense contractor.
Oh, he's getting that kind of money.
Draken International, private Air Force provider, and founder of CEO of Shift4 Payments, a payment processor.
Isn't it crazy, these companies that you never even heard of, and the people are billionaires behind them?
Yes.
And this guy's just going for a little space jump.
He looks like a nerd.
Does he?
Yeah.
Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
Did you practice that, Jared?
Yeah, you know he did. Earth sort of looks like a perfect world, he says. The crowd goes wild.
Nice, even when I'm going to step into Test Matrix 1.
Just chaos after that. But yeah, there he is. Poked out. He's poked out a little spacecraft right there and made his way for the spacewalk. How fun is that, man?
I think that's really all he did, right?
Yeah.
I did he get completely out, were his legs out of the thing? I know he was holding onto that bar the whole time, which one would want to.
I don't know if I could find a photo of it. I did see a photo of him just kind of floating out there, just by himself out in space. Two of them did it. Sarah Gills and Jared Isaacman made their way out to do this spacewalk. Well, I guess it counts as a spacewalk if you just kind of poke yourself out. If you just, this is the visual of what they were doing here. You just poke yourself out of the ship. It's got a little convertible top on it, and there you go. You're out, and that counts. So pretty damn cool. That must be something else to experience. Meanwhile, they're experiencing some not so good times in New Orleans and Louisiana proper. today as Hurricane Francine went through. I think it was a Category 2 storm when it went through Louisiana. And all in all, not that bad, really. Just not that bad. They said they got 327,000 people without power. That sucks, all right? I'm acknowledging that that's not a good time, but it could have been a lot worse than that. So several 100,000 people with no power. But New Orleans itself never even lost power, as far as I can tell.
Nice.
Like Bourbon Street and stuff, they had no outages. This says no transmission outages reported in New Orleans. So even though it was a Category 2, it doesn't look like it's done a whole lot of damage to Louisiana, and that's good. That's very, very good news.
That's what we want to hear.
It is what we want to hear, and I'm so hesitant. I don't know why. I don't believe in this kind of stuff, but I'm so hesitant to say simple things like, this has been a very light hurricane season.
Oh, you blew it.
Well,
knocking on wood. I know. But it has. But then you feel like if you say it and then 3 come next week, everybody's going, Sean, you're responsible for this. You could have just shut your mouth. Everything was going fine. I don't think I have that kind of power. I don't think humans have that power.
We fended off. It was fended the past tense. We fought off the Cat 5 hurricane that one time, and then now it seems like you're inviting a Cat 6.
I don't want a Cat 6, just for the record. I don't want that. I want no hurricanes for anybody. We know they're going to happen, but I don't want any hurricanes for anybody. At this point, it just looks like it's been a nice, easy hurricane season. And I'm knocking on wood. Don't yell at me on chat. I'm doing the best I can. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and Joe emails the show. Joe says, some rejoin feedback. Oh, boy. Hey, Sean, last week you were asking for feedback regarding the update you made to the podcast. I just wanted to say I appreciate it. It helps me separate the segments in my brain and definitely makes for a better listening experience. However, I do miss hearing the actual rejoins. Can you explain it like I'm 5 copyright law? I would assume music is safe to play on platforms such as iHeart and Spotify. Is this changed for YouTube and Twitch? If so, could you just mute the music when played? Any insight would be appreciated. Love the show. Been listening for a decade now. Have a great weekend, Joe. Joe, first of all, thank you. Second of all, it is weird for me to read the sentence, been listening for a decade now. That is a strange thing to consider, that we've been kicking the ball around that long over here. So,
Josh, have you worked here for a decade?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It was over 10 years ago that Sabrina denied you as an intern.
Yes, correct.
Forget about that.
And now look at me.
For those of you who are new to the show, we used to get the heads up. They don't give us interns anymore. Interns aren't a thing in radio anymore. But they used to go, hey, we got a new intern who's applying to be on your show. And then you would talk to the interns and interview them. And I think usually it was over the phone. Was yours over the phone or in person?
It was in person. It was really awkward.
In person, Josh Fowler comes in, sits down. Was you, Selena, and Sabrina that were there?
Yep.
And that's the first time I'm imagining you ever met Josh in your life, right?
It was.
Yes.
And Josh sits down for the interview, and Sabrina denies him.
Terrible first impression.
I don't think he's cut out for this.
And then he got the intern job on the Phillips File, and I was like, why does he look familiar?
I feel like I know that guy.
I met him somewhere.
And look, now it's all full circle. Here we are.
Boom.
So explain it like I'm 5 on the copyright thing. This is a little strange because you have no idea how many things we have to do simultaneously, because this is not just a local radio show. It's a syndicated radio show, so we have to worry about other markets. It's not just a radio show. It's a podcast, obviously, so we have to worry about the podcast with a huge amount of subscribers. And the show is live streamed every single day, if you didn't know. You can go to thenewsjunkie.com/live and peek into the studio and watch us with a full production. So being a radio show, a podcast, and a live stream, you have to juggle all of those things, all the different rules. I've got to mute some stuff on this space and not on this space. And we have on our iHeart stations the license and the rights to play most of the music that we would ever want to play. And we can do that legally, and there's no problems. And for a long time, it was like the Wild Wild West with podcasts and other things. But now the copyright people whoever owns copyrights, they're enforcing this everywhere. So you have to be careful. And we want to respect that. So on the stream, I hit something over here when we come back, and it mutes the audio for those of you on YouTube and Twitch, or if any other audio is playing for too long, it mutes it on the YouTube stream. But for the podcast, we had to put together this whole complicated thing that cuts out this and doesn't cut out that, and it was a whole thing. We don't have the rights on those platforms to play some of the copyrighted music. So here we are, Joe, and thank you for your email.
And
Sean, meanwhile,
to be able to do that is not as simple as you would think. It should be. It would be nice if it was, but it's just not.
It's a pain in the ass. It's a whole giant pain in the ass. But if we don't do it, people will lose their minds. Sean emails, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, about the rejoins. Go back to the old way. I learned a bunch of new music from your rejoiners. All I can tell you is there's playlists of the News Junkie rejoins out there. If you follow those playlists, you'll keep up with what's happening, and everything will be in line where it needs to be.
Go back to the old way.
Go back to the old way.
Just do it. Just go back.
Yeah, it's as easy as that. You're only doing this because this is the way you want to do it. When we return, John Bon Jovi, The Hero. It's an unbelievable tale. It's a true one, and I want to explore exactly what happened here in Nashville with John Bon Jovi saving a woman's life. And we'll talk about other celebrity life-saving events, too, as we discuss this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for an accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes on Orange Blossom Trail at Oak Ridge Road. There's congestion on Orange Blossom Trail where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line's Ramp Junction meet. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 46 eastbound at Reinhardt Road. 2 left lanes are blocked there. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited-time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day.
Air drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments.
Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mike, you gotta check out this new gadget we got, the Bartesian. It's like having a full bar right at home.
You mean I can finally retire from my brief stint as a bartender at your parties?
Exactly. No more mixing cocktails with a confused look on your face.
Hey, I wasn't that confused.
With Bartesian, everything you need is in these little capsules. Bitters, real fruit juices. Then all you do is add liquor, and you got the perfect mixed drink in under 30 seconds. You can even customize the pour depending on how strong of a drink you want.
Sounds amazing.
It is. There's over 60 different types of cocktails, so guests can make their own drinks, and we can go back to just being the best hosts in the neighborhood.
And the cocktails, be honest, are they actually good?
Dude, they're better than the best bars I've ever been to.
I may need one from my house.
Yeah, for sure.
For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian cocktail maker only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Hones.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
As a test for the new update on the website, go claim them right now for a month free over at thenewsjunkie.com while you can. It would be so amazing to be rescued by a celebrity. Like, I can't even imagine in the moment where you're going through something horrific and then you look over and you see a face of somebody you recognize and a celebrity is saving your life, or maybe you're choking out and you fall down and you end up getting CPR or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's say somebody's giving you CPR and you come to and your eyes open and the first thing you see is like John Bon Jovi looking down at you. He saved your life. You'd probably not believe that scenario was real. And
I would think I definitely in some sort of adrenaline-fueled fever dream, just instant. Also, I don't know that I would recognize John Bon Jovi just like walking around.
I would.
What does he look like now?
Oh, John Bon Jovi still looks like John Bon Jovi, man.
Show me John Bon Jovi right now.
Well, the only thing I have right now is the video. I'll bring it up in just a moment. Why are you fighting me? What's happening here? John Bon Jovi is super recognizable. I just look at him and I go, okay, yeah. You see this guy and you're like, Oh, they're living on a prayer. That's my guy right there.
Okay, like the fourth picture in, I'm like, all right, I kind of you look a little bit like Bon Jovi.
He kind of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis now, though.
He does, you monster.
You can't unsee that now.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but I would recognize him. He's recognizable, I think. And there's this lady who was on a bridge in Nashville, and Bon Jovi happened to be there filming a music video, thank God. And as he's filming the music video, he sees this lady. Look, here she is right here if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. She's hanging off the side of the bridge. She's ready to jump off this bridge in Nashville. And Bon Jovi sees it, and the guy's a hero. He steps over. He goes over. He doesn't get too close because you don't want to do that. And he puts his hand on the railing, just kind of leans over and starts talking to her. And they talk her down, and they pull her back over the railing and saved this woman's life. She was about to jump off, and Bon Jovi saved her life. And that's pretty unbelievable, man. I think that's pretty stunning. She's hugging him there, and it was Bon Jovi who did this. And it made me think back. There's all these stories about celebrities saving people that I love. Love, 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 love. There was a story, I might screw this up. C-Lane, back me up on this one. There was a story of a guy who had crashed his car or something. And when he crashed his car, he was completely out of it and dazed.
Is this the Busy Bone story?
And Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Have an apple.
Came up to his window. He was like, "You want an apple? I'm Busy Bone." And the guy was just like, "What? Wait, okay. I guess I'll eat the apple." And Busy Bone jumped to the rescue and saved this person's life. Jennifer Lawrence, I think she saved somebody at one point in time. The celebrities, they're willing to step up. That's how you tell the good celebrities from the bad. Now, the tricky thing is some celebrities that seem like good guys actually haven't saved people, but they've killed people. A handful of celebrities who have killed people.
Matthew Broderick.
Don't even, how dare you do that? It's very true. Matthew Broderick killed somebody. He did. Okay. But he looks like a guy who would save lives.
Right.
Okay.
He looks like a hero.
I was trying to Google Busy Bone saved a guy because I was trying to figure out like the all the other like kind of details about that story.
Uh-huh.
And all first thing that came up was Busy Bone on it Today I Learned was one of the first few abducted children in America that was rescued due to the efforts of John Walsh and America's Most Wanted.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I've done that one before. I do that, and then I play the Crossroads, and I say, we're back tomorrow, same time, same place, you know, the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm going to miss everybody.
You should
everybody.
Tune into Today I Learned every once in a while, and you'll pick up on these things, because I already knew that. I was not blown away by seeing that.
Good for you, bud.
You, too, could be in on this if you just paid a little bit of attention.
I pay all the attention.
All right. Well, why didn't you know that one?
I don't know. I don't remember that one. I know some of the ones that you've done, like, multiple times.
I know. I see you yawn when they come up. You're like, oh, this one again. Oh, wow. I'm so surprised that Metallica's album had semen and blood on it.
Yeah.
I've never heard this before. So Bon Jovi saving a life. You got to wonder, did he drop some lines, some Bon Jovi lines as he was leaving this lady? Like, kick back and look at her and go, "Have a nice day," as he walks away from her. Or just drop some kind of song title and then get out of there.
There's also bad ones because, like, it's my life. It's now or never. You can't do now or never. No, you can't do now.
Just plop into the water. Wrong song.
The wrong one.
The wrong track came up. I'm
Should've done
sorry.
Wanted.
We want to hear from you. Send us your dispatches today. Celebrity rescue stories are welcome as well. If you remember one of those that we're not remembering at the moment, these are times that celebrities have rescued us regular people. And then once in a blue moon, you'll get the ultra rare celebrities rescuing celebrities. That is a rare one.
All right. Okay. According to the rundown, Googling celebrities who have saved a life, and they have the little Google AI. So
this is what a rundown is?
So you just never go, yes, Jim, that's what a rundown is. Tom Cruise saved 5 people from a yacht fire while vacationing in Capri, Italy in 1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, 5 people is good. That's very Tom Cruise of him.
Kate Winslet saved the life of Richard Branson's 90-year-old mother when his home caught fire in 2011.
I mean, How much extra time did she actually buy her? She's 90 years old.
That's the Google. That's the important. Leonardo DiCaprio saved a drunken man named Victor who was stranded in the ocean for 11 hours in 2019.
Yeah. Well, you know what I forgot?
What?
A celebrity right in our midst here. Josh saved a guy one time.
I did, and no one ever talks about it.
Josh
That's because
saved
no one
a
hit
guy.
record that day.
So true.
Okay, another behind the scenes for you folks. Josh had the greatest story from when he went to Las Vegas. This guy, it was Atlanta. Okay, I'm sorry. You were in Atlanta and you were back at the hotel, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And some guy came up to you and
Hammered.
And he was out of his mind hammered. Tell us the story. Because we had this entire story on Secret Shows, and then Sealand forgot to hit record. So it doesn't exist.
We had changed some settings, and it was only video, I think. There was no audio.
Oh, okay. It might have been my fault then. So what happened? You're back at this hotel in Atlanta. What happened?
This guy comes out of the bar downstairs. He can barely stand up. The escalators are super steep, so he goes, "Can you help me get up the escalator?" I'm like, you've already caught me in your presence, so I guess I'll help you out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm basically holding this guy up the escalator the whole time. And it's one of these really long ones. It felt like an eternity I was on there.
Like at the airport you see sometimes where you get on, it's like going up a mountainside
really
or something.
Long, really skinny escalator. We finally get up to the hotel lobby, and he's like, I need help getting to my room.
God, man.
And I'm like, I can't in good conscience just leave him here. And he's like staring at the women in the lobby, and he's making everyone uncomfortable. So I shove him in the elevator and get him up to his floor.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, you know how Embassy Suites has like the hallways with the balconies overlooking the middle of the hotel?
Yeah, the internal
like
balcony.
That, but way higher up. And he walks over to the railing, and he's like leaning hard, and he's telling me how much he hates his life. And his wife is at a concert with his daughter, and he says he puts a gun in his mouth every night and thinks about pulling the trigger.
Jesus Christ.
And I said, you have so much to live for.
Is this the guy from Lethal Weapon?
Yes.
You know what's interesting
he was
is
on the edge.
In those moments, we always tell people, you have so much to live for. We don't know if they have.
No, I have no idea.
You're just trying your best to.
Sure, his wife didn't even invite him to the concert.
Well, probably because he's an alcoholic. Anyway, I get him back to his room. I was like, don't do it, man. Your daughter needs you. Think about her growing up without a father. And then he goes, you're right. Do you want to come in for a little while?
Oh,
and I was like, I have to get up early for work in the morning. Thank you.
Oh.
Anyway, I saved his life.
Yeah, it could have been on the bottom of that Marriott, and that could have been it for him. And his wife would have been left behind. His kid would have been left behind.
Right outside CNN studios.
Our very own hero right here, Joshua Fowler. Congratulations.
I am Bon Jovi.
The people finally got to hear the story, too.
There you go.
And
it's now or never.
Let's go over to you. Let's hear your dispatches and see what you got going on in your world. Insecure Walrus is from Nashville. I'm sure he knows about this bridge.
So the crazy thing is, that lady was on the John Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge. It used to be a street, and they made it into a pedestrian walking-only bridge. Lots of people shoot videos and all kinds of things on it now. But John Siegenthaler was the editor of a big Nashville paper for many years, and eventually became the editor of the editorial section of the USA Today for like the last 20 years that it existed, or that he existed. And he was on that bridge one day and saw somebody about to jump off and save them. And so that's why they renamed that bridge to be the John Siegenthaler Bridge.
Well, guess what?
So it's interesting that...
Sorry, John. Sorry, Siegenthaler. Now it's the John Bon Jovi Bridge. He's the latest to do this. We'll just keep changing it as things go.
I really thought he was going to say John Siegenthaler just leaped off that bridge.
There he goes.
That's terrible. Here's Justin with the dispatch.
Sean, WTH, man. Jim Cantor is literally drooling at the mouth right now and packing his stuff. He's like, well, that's it. Florida, here I come.
It's not going to happen. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We're hoping we get a nice, easy hurricane season here. And fingers crossed, knock on wood.
WTH, man.
I'm sorry. Here
even using initials, he won't curse.
What that HE double hockey sticks.
Unripened Banana has a dispatch for us.
What's up, junkies?
Hey.
podcast listener here. So you were talking about doing some work in your backyard.
Yeah, that's happening.
Super pro tip is it's called wood glue.
Yeah.
Mulch glue. You use that on your rocks. When they're in the backyard blowing off your rocks, it'll actually prevent them from moving. The best advice I've ever taken is using this mulch glue.
Hold on. That's the best advice you've ever taken in your life?
That's
using mulch glue is the most efficient, best advice you've ever gotten? It must be good then.
Life-changing.
It works phenomenally, he says. I'll try that out. We're working on this little project in the backyard, and that should be a weekend project, I think. Maybe this weekend we'll get to this. Okay, we got to get to an update on the family of this loser who shot up the school in Georgia, Appalachian High School. The mother, has come out with a statement, and I think there's some very interesting things in the mother's statement that we have to review. And there was a story a long time ago on the show that was a big open-ended mystery, and we may now have some big answers to that mystery. We'll get to that very soon. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Almost every woman I've known sleeps naked.
No, when I was a kid, I used to wear a nightgown, a cardigan sweater, socks.
Oh, you were homeless?
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Thursday. And the rest of today will feature off and on showers and storms. We're looking at around a 50 to 60% chance of these, mostly taking shape as we head into this afternoon. So as you're heading home from work or school, keep in mind you could expect some heavy downpours that would lead to ponding on roadways and some blinding rain. Otherwise, high temperatures will be kept to a minimum, only reaching the upper 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Dandy Fresh Cut Celery. Be prepared for the after-school snack attack. Create fresh, nutritious, and delicious snacks with Dandy Fresh Cut Celery. Put down the processed foods and pick up Dandy Fresh Cut Celery for a convenient and nutritious snack option that the kids will love.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy, Don, will get you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if that makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver for people over 62 on a fixed income. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgagguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgagguydon.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Dr. Ryan Green, sharing a weight loss discovery.
You've heard of those weight loss injections that produce shocking results, right? If your goal is to lose weight, a group of doctors created a remarkable weight loss supplement called Lean, and it's very encouraging. The studied ingredients in Lean have been shown to help maintain healthy glucose levels, help burn fat by converting fat into energy, and reduce appetite so you eat less. Lean could be the weight loss answer you've been searching for.
Visit TakeLean.com, promo code radio. That's TakeLean.com, promo code radio.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Kathleen Madigan, the day drinking tour.
At 80, there's so many health problems that, nothing's alarming anymore. My mom goes, well, we're going to the hospital because your dad thinks he might be having another heart attack. I go, well, let me talk to him. She goes, well, no, he's driving. I know it's crazy, Kathleen, but he said if I drive, he's sure he'll have a heart attack.
Friday, April 11th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and Hard Rock Live box office.
Hey, Leesburg, get ready for an evening of fun and excitement this Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. Join us at Town Square for live music featuring the incredible Trey Jones. But that's not all. Experience the magic of our evening market on 5th Street. Browse unique finds and tasty treats. Grab a drink, ice cream, or savory snack from one of our downtown establishments as you stroll and discover Leesburg. Mark your calendars for this Friday. Discover Leesburg. Go to Leesburg Special Events on Facebook for more info.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You can find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to
the show. Just go to thenewsjunkie.com, and there you can see where you can record a dispatch. What's a dispatch? That's where you send your comments to the show from thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Tom emails. He says, hey, Sean, usually I agree with you on a lot of topics. That's how this generally starts out. Then it's like, but, and then they go after me. But I cringe a little when you bring up police stories like Tyreek Hill's. Your implicit bias against police is very transparent. Okay, well, let's see what you got here. You criticized one dispatcher for bringing up a what-if situation and compared it to thinking somebody behind the wheel is a terrorist to justify the force. Do you realize you're guilty of the same thing when you say you don't have to do whatever an officer says, especially, as you said, when they tell you to take off all your clothes and do the hokey pokey in the street? That's as much an extreme situation and just as unlikely as bin Laden's son being in the car. You're missing the point, but I'll get to that. Irrespective of what happened after Tyreek was out of the car, all the officer asked was for him to roll down the window. That's not an outrageous request. And because he wouldn't roll down the window, the order to get him out of the car on a traffic stop is perfectly legal. You could be arrested for refusing. Also, you said the officer should have de-escalated the situation. That's a little difficult when the other person rolls up the window and won't communicate. Though I'm sure you'll say I'm wrong because I disagree with you. Take care, T. Thank you for the email, T. This is weird. I don't understand why you're digesting things this way, but let me reframe it just so it makes as much sense. And if you disagree with this, then we're at loggerheads. The Tyreek Hill situation is one of these things where people justify everything that happens after because of the thing that happened before. So the thing that happened before is Tyreek Hill is kind of being a jerk. Tyreek Hill won't roll his window down. Tyreek Hill rolls his window back up. He's not cooperating. Cops pull him out of the car. And I say, okay, to this point, everything the cops have done is all right. Everything they're doing is okay. They put him down on the asphalt and they cuff him. Fine. He should have complied. He should have kept his window down. They want to do this because they think possibly their safety is at risk. Whatever. All that is fine. But after that, you can't just drop elbows or kick him in this case, because one of the officers who's in trouble was like kicking him behind a police car. You can't just do that. And what I'm saying is hand waving all of it because Tyreek Hill was a jerk and didn't roll down his window is stupid. Police should be held to a higher standard than that. So we can agree, okay, this was fine, this was fine, this was fine, this was fine. What you're doing seemingly by looking at this the way you are is saying after you don't roll down your window, if the cops want to pull you out of the car, if the cops want to cuff you, kick you around a little bit, give you a couple shots to the ribs, all of that is justified because of what happened prior to it. And I'm saying no. There was a point there when they went past the level of restraint that they needed to. And that's when I say the officer was in the wrong. It doesn't seem super complicated to me, but there you go. As for the other thing, I'm just giving out examples because people seem to think if you see anybody getting arrested for any reason, that person should have just done whatever the cop said. And that's the miracle solution to all of the problems. That ignores the fact that there's a bunch of power-hungry cops out there who will just take advantage of that and make you do all kinds of things that you don't legally have to do. And I find that to be bad. I want to rework that. And I want a lot of these good cops to keep doing their thing so we can highlight them. That's what I want, Tom. Thank you for the email. Appreciate it. Now, a conspiracy enters the show. This is from EB from Palm Beach County. And it says, good morning. Love the show this week. The three amigos are rocking it, but I have a conspiracy. Why is Josh Fowler's next episode skipped on both Monday and Wednesday? But it played on Tuesday's podcast, says this person.
Wow.
I'm deleting it because I hate him and I want him cut out. I want to cut out of the show. You know, on Monday, it goes back to how I was saying earlier, our podcast setup is really strange because of some issues internally. And it doesn't pop up with all the talk segments that I pull in. So I figured out learned my lesson on Monday, and I put it in there on Tuesday. And you are wrong, sir, about Wednesday, because that next episode was in there. I stopped watching a movie last night when your email came in. I got up off my comfortable couch. I made my way over to my laptop. I listened to the podcast, and I went all the way to the next episode, and I heard Josh's glorious voice. It was right there the whole time.
Does that mean you've been cutting it out for a while?
No. Only since the new thing. Only since the new thing. Only since that thing. So over to CNN for the story that I was teasing earlier. And that is the mother of this teenager accused of this Georgia high school shooting has released a statement. And in the statement, I see things that whenever you talk in moments like these, like let's say your loved one has committed an atrocious crime, you should be very careful with your words. Very, very careful with your words. And I don't believe the mother was here. The mother says, to the parents and families of those affected by the tragic events at Appalachia High School, I want to say I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. This is Marcy, the mother of the 14-year-old who shot up the school. We don't need to use any names here. The letter comes 1 week after the shooting. If I could take the place of Mason and Christian, I would without a second thought. Those are the two 14-year-olds that were killed in this shooting. As a parent, I've always said that the loss of one of my children would be the only thing I wouldn't be able to come back from. I feel all your pain and devastation. I grieve and cry with you. I'm fine with that. That all makes sense to me. You're just saying you feel terrible for what's happened. Here we go. This is where I think she went a little too far. Her heart breaks for the two teachers who gave their lives while in the service of teaching and protecting our children. Then she says, we're all living in a nightmare right now, and I personally will never forgive myself for what has happened. My son is not a monster. He's my oldest baby. He's quiet, thoughtful, caring, funny, and extremely intelligent.
He doesn't seem like any of those things, actually.
Please pray for him and the rest of our family as I'm praying for all of you every moment of every day, says the mom. You don't need to put in a bunch of compliments about your son who shot up a school in your statement. In fact, you should really avoid doing that. You should really stay away from that. If you want to put
it's
out a
giving me vibes of the statements people made about Danny Masterson. You know, like we have the, what do you call those? Like the character statements or whatever?
Statements? Yeah, I think that these are different because these are going to be everywhere, and those are usually, I think, a little more hush-hush. Like if you write one of those and give it to the judge, I don't know that they always make those public, but these are, you're releasing it to the media. So she knows that it's going to be on the news afterwards. And taking a moment to be like, my son is a good little boy. He's just a sweet boy. I'm exaggerating, but this is basically what she did. She said, her exact quote, he's quiet, thoughtful, caring, funny, and extremely intelligent. The people you're talking to know your son for him shooting up a school. So those things don't apply anymore. Don't put them into the statement. Don't put that out there. You're a good kid. We don't need that in any kind of statement like this, I wouldn't think. What do you think? Is she wrong in doing that? Let us know your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. They always do this afterwards. And the interesting thing I've seen is the relationship this shooter kid had with his father. Because his father, and the kid who shot up the school, if you don't know, apparently he's gay. And his father is like this hunter guy who the reason he got him, the gun that he got him was so that they could go hunting together. And his dad recorded, I saw the video of when he shot his first deer. And you see him going over and he's like, hold up the deer. You got to pose put your gun over here and do this. And his dad wanted him so bad to be this like outdoorsy hunting dude. And that's not who he was. And so I think there were some problems with that. None of this is to excuse the horrific thing he did. There's nothing to excuse that. But I think that kind of gives you an idea of the home dynamic. Yeah. He wasn't who his dad wanted him to be.
Right.
I personally never dealt with that. My dad had low expectations. So I didn't really, he never thought I would be a hunter type. He was just like, you got a job at the water delivery place? Well, son of a bitch, good for you. Look, my son is doing it. He's out there. He's doing it. I was like, I did it. Already. He was proud at that point in time. That's
my dad's like, Scott Maxwell?
That's what works. Okay, let's go over to a couple of dispatches, which is, again, how you can join us here on the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's see. Oh, God, this first one seems way too controversial. Do we want the spicy dispatch or not?
Yeah, why is it spicy?
This is the spiciest one in a while. It's about John Bon Jovi saving the person on the bridge. I don't think people are going to like this. Frostbite right here.
Oh. The John Bon Jovi situation, I'm going to play a devil's advocate here. I think John...
Okay.
All right, there you go. I knew I shouldn't have played that to begin with. It's the only one that doesn't have a transcript in here today. That's my fault. Let's
Why
see.
Why do people hate John Bon Jovi? When you tease that story, somebody in the chat, I think it was Beef Wellington, was like, more like Bon Blomy.
Why do they hate him?
I don't know.
Because he's not real rock music or is too poppy. For the record, Frostbite's take was let people off themselves if they want to, which is what a weird ass take. I don't know if you've never had anybody in your life that has been in a situation like that, but no, that's a hard no. This guy saw somebody in distress, went over and said a couple of words, and kept them alive. For whoever they have, it's a family member. No, that's just a hard no for me. Here's Big Daddy Dave talking about the traffic stop.
News junkie Big Daddy Dave again.
Hey, buddy.
Sean, I agree with you on every point in reference to that traffic stop. Once anybody's cuffed, that's it. The fight's over. You stand them up, put them in the police car, and you take them to wherever you need to take them.
True.
Period. The cop that started kicking him, he should be fired. The cop standing around letting him kick him should get admonished. Something in their file, maybe docket pay. I don't know.
Oh, so he's saying that they should get punished just for being there and not intervening as this was happening. Thank you, Big Daddy Dave. One more for right now. Let's hear from Latron Games with the Dispatch. This is the new name. Hello?
Anybody remember Jim Carrey saving Luis Guzman from the ledge when he sang Third Eye Blind? Wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend.
Is Jim Carrey in that music video?
No.
I don't recall that music video at all. He said Jim Carrey saving Luis Guzman from the edge when he sang in Third Eye Blind. It must be from, it's from a movie,
It's
right?
in the hit film Yes Man.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in so long.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that whole movie.
No? I like Jim Carrey stuff, so I'm with him.
My dad hated Jim Carrey.
Really?
For a while. Yeah,
because of the butt stuff? Well, hold on. Let me clarify. In Ace Ventura, where he utilizes his butt cheeks to talk.
No, I understand what you meant, but just your delivery was chef's kiss.
What do you think I am, a communicator over here? What are you expecting from me? Jeez.
I just think, like, he didn't like how over the top a lot of his roles were. You know, like Ace Ventura, The Mask. Yeah, he's like he was like, that guy with a rubber face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like the humor that parents didn't get. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Because that always happens in every generation. There's somebody that all the kids will be laughing at, and all the parents go, "What on earth is this?" During my generation, it was Tom Green. That all the kids thought, oh, this is the funniest thing, this Tom Green guy. And all the parents were like, what are you watching? There's no...
Daddy, would you like some
to
sausage?
Yes.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Although I stand by Tom Green in the Tom Green Show. Some of his bits were so good. My favorite to this date, I think I may have brought this up one time on the show, but he had a bit called Undercutter's Pizza, where he would go to a pizza place and he would follow their delivery driver. And then when their delivery driver parked, he would run up to the door before the delivery driver and he would say, I'll give you the pizza for $1 less. And he had a tackle box full of ingredients. So he would like take the pizza and put the ingredients in there. And I like some Tom Green, but that's one that parents just did not get. They did not understand. Will Smith style, exactly what was happening with that brand of humor. What do you think about all of this? Let us know. Join this show today, but don't be like Frostbite. Join the show without any curse words. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Actually, we have time to work in some more. That was for weekends. Here's Funny Name.
Hey, guys. Happy day.
Hey.
In the mom's defense, the douchebag might not have been a monster from birth, but the parents' parenting choices created the monster. So, yeah, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I think it's not about what she thinks about her kid or, hey, I want you to know more about my kid. You could say that later on. You could share that with the judge in those letters that we were talking about. If you say that in your statement to the press, I just think it's too soon. And I think it's not a good look. Imagine that happens to you. I would never want to put this on anybody. But imagine that happens to you and you lose your child. And then the parent of the kid that took that child away from you is saying, oh, my kid is so good, so smart, so kind, so helpful. That's going to burn you up inside. Burn you up inside, rightfully so. You'd be very mad about that. To our friends out there in the U.S. Postal Service, we salute you. We know there's a lot of folks in the USPS that listen to the show every single day. And I'd love to hear if there are any of you who have the new mail truck. Because after all these years, they've finally decided to take that clunky white mail truck that we've seen for so long and make it a little different. Make it a little bit newer.
Oh, what are they going to do with all the old ones?
I don't know, but there's got to be so many of them. I know they sell them sometimes, and there's people who like to get them. And they, honestly, they're good vehicles because you see how long they last. They drive these things everywhere.
Have you guys ever driven a right-side driver car?
No.
Yeah,
no,
me neither.
I don't even know how I would feel about that. The new one looks like this. I'll put it up on See It Now during the break. The new one is, I think it's electric, and it's got like a huge windshield in it. It's got the big slider door on the side. I look at it and I go, it looks kind of dopey.
You got that Rihanna forehead.
It does have a little bit. The front's a little big, But the thing that I keep thinking of is, hey, what am I comparing this to? If I'm just comparing it to the previous USPS post office trucks, it's way better than that. It's cooler. It's taller. And it seems to have like more features inside and stuff. And that I dig. Here it is.
That is an odd-looking windshield, though.
Yeah, the front is something you've never seen before. And it's Urkel. It's like an Urkel mobile. But I'll put this up on See It Now. You guys know who Urkel is, right?
Yeah, we've heard of Urkel.
Can I do that?
I was just checking. I don't know. I was making sure there wasn't a generational divide or anything here. I'm glad that we all know Urkel. Now we can move on with our day.
I prefer Stefan Urkel.
Yeah, with fancy version of Urkel. How's he doing? What's Jaleel
White?
Jaleel White? He's still out there anywhere? He's got to be acting, I would think. People are saying it's fugly, it looks a little dorky. Well, come on, guys, that's what I'm saying. Of course it's going to be fugly and a little dorky. It's a mail truck, but compare it to the previous mail truck. Would you want the old one? Or if somebody said first day at work, you want the old mail truck or you want this one? I think you're taking the new one.
Nobody's ever pulled up in a mail truck and all the ladies around go, who is that?
Son of a bitch. Look at this thing. I'll put it up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com so you can take a look yourself. When we return, we got to talk about Shannon Sharp, who apparently doesn't know how to use social media, unless he's lying. And he might be lying about what happened on his Instagram Live. This is an interesting one. It's a little not safe for work, and it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are in Detroit to face the Lions this Sunday. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident partially blocking the off-ramp from State Road 429 southbound to Florida's Turnpike. There's an accident on State Road 46 eastbound at Reinhardt Road causing a bit of commotion there. And there's an accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes on Orange Blossom Trail near Oak Ridge Road. Just move over and slow down in these areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Navy Federal Credit Union is back with more eligibility. Now you can hear all your favorites like, my brother's a veteran, I get amazing rates. My mom served, I get 24/7 member support. Grandpa was a soldier and now I'm a member. And who could forget? Thanks to my father who served in the military, I'm now eligible for incredible member benefits. Call 1-855-800-2102 or visit NavyFederal.org today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us for the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
Everyone knows the English perfected the cocktail, but the Bartesian elevated it. Bartesian delivers bar-quality cocktails at the touch of a button. Just pop in a cocktail capsule, add your favorite spirit, and voila! A tipple fit for the King of England himself. With over 60 cocktails to choose from, including Tiki Bar Delights, 9 types of margaritas, and limited edition drinks perfect for poolside sipping, your taste buds are in for a jolly good time this summer. It'll feel like you're on holiday every day. Fancy a proper cocktail, old chap? Then look no further than the undisputed monarch of cocktail craftsmanship, Bartesian. So pip pip tally-ho and bottoms up to Bartesian. Premium cocktails on demand. Cheers! For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian cocktail maker only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 egg McMuffins. So it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like Classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day.
Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Show, you can unlock secret shows over there. Send us dispatches and even subscribe to the podcast. It's all ready for you at thenewsjunkie.com. Now, I want to know if you believe this story because I don't know if I do. I'm a little bit skeptical here, and I have some questions for everybody to see if we can get down to the bottom of it, because if you missed it, you guys know Shannon Sharpe from the NFL world, correct? I'm sure you do, right? Yeah. If you don't, Sealand and Josh know Shannon Sharpe from the NFL world. You might know him from all his podcasts that he does. He's got a lot of big podcasts.
Club Shay Shay.
Yes, that's one of them. Yeah, and I think that's where that Cat Williams interview was that exploded everywhere. Yes. He's been really big, and he was a hugely popular NFL player when he was in the league. And he, on his Instagram Live, all of a sudden started a stream, and you could hear Shannon Sharpe making love to a person. You could hear him vigorously in the act of lovemaking. And it went on for, I guess, quite some time. He said his friends called him on his other phone, which I guess he's got multiple phones.
Must be nice.
It's kind of a strange thing, but he says friends called him on his other phone and said, dude, you got to stop your live stream. Afterwards, for a second, he tried to claim that he was hacked, like so many people do. He said, my team is investigating this hack that took place. And then finally, he just cops to it, and he said, yeah, made a mistake. Now, question number one. Do you think it would at all be possible with your fat fingers to just, as you're throwing your phone down or something, to start an Instagram live and just go live immediaty? Does it make you put in a title for your live stream?
I've never done it before.
Me either. I've never done it. So I don't know if I could just push up. Maybe I'm on Instagram. I'm scrolling through, and I go, all right, it's time to make love. And you are going to put your phone away, and you accidentally hit the button. Could you hit one button and fire off a live stream on Instagram? That's the question that I have. I'm not sure if
I've never live streamed on
possible.
Instagram.
It'd have to be on this screen.
And if you hit a button on that
screen,
if you hit that, it would go live right immediately.
Oh yeah, it does. You don't even have to add a title. It does a 3, 2, 1, and it goes live.
Now, I do question why his phone would have been out this close into what was going down in his life at that time. You would have thought the phone would have been put away and you could, engage with the person that you're engaging with. He addressed this. Let's see what he says.
Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear.
At least it was just audio.
I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon.
Third person.
Shay Media Club, Shay Nightcap.
Plugs.
ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of, even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home.
At some point here, I liked it. Chad Ochocinco says, he goes, ain't nothing wrong with your thrusting, but you got to get in shape, brother. Your breathing was as heavy as can be. Because on the audio, he's just like,
my gosh. The only thing more
thank God this has never happened to me.
The only thing more terrifying than the idea of me accidentally live streaming any form of sexual activity would be the fact that somebody would be like critiquing my skills or my performance.
C-Lane can't even do that right. What the hell's going on out there? I was banned for a joke on Twitch that says content creators will cause controversy to stay relevant. He has several YouTube channels. I know, and that's why I remain skeptical that this just automatically, accidentally happened. And, now we're streaming on Instagram, and now I'm putting this all out there. That's why I remain skeptical about that. But he says it was real, and he's super embarrassed about it, which is why he's going to tell everybody about it on YouTube. We want to hear from you. You can join us on the show. It's super easy to do. While we're in the sports world, there's an update on a mystery that we had talked about previously on the show, so we might as well knock this out. Charges are expected to come in the deaths of 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans who were found frozen in January. I don't know if you'll remember this or not.
Yeah.
But they were found frozen in some guy's backyard, and the guy goes, hey, I don't know. I was on a bender. I didn't know they were in my backyard. But this happened January 9th. Clayton McGeeney, 37, Ricky Johnson, 38, and David Harrington, 36, were found frozen in the backyard of their friend Jordan Willis. Their bodies laced with cocaine and fentanyl. All 3 had gone to Willis's home on January 7th to watch a Chiefs game. This is how it ended. Willis said he was asleep on a couch for 2 days, wearing noise-canceling headphones, and had no idea his friends were dying in his backyard or that their family members had been pounding on his door. Because if you'll remember, the family members were suspicious, and they were like, what's going on here? They were banging on the door, banging on the windows. Finally, they broke into the house, and it was the family members that found the bodies in the backyard. John Pacerno, an attorney representing Willis, said charges will be forthcoming in the next few weeks based on internal conversations with prosecutors. I can say with confidence my client will not be charged in that regard. My client will not be charged in any manner with having to do with the untimely death of his friends, says his attorney. But other charges are expected on this coming up soon here. Always seems super skeptical to me. I mean, super suspicious to me, the way that whole thing went down. And the idea that you could just sleep for 2 days. I know drugs can do that to you, but sleep for 2 days and not know that somebody was banging on your door and not know that people were breaking into your house, that seems kind of weird. Okay, over to, we got the drunken mailman talking about the new mail trucks. Let's see what he says.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo!
Hey, that new mail truck, I don't think it's in mass production yet. I don't think anyone is driving them. And they're definitely ugly. Don't get me wrong. I mean, to me, it looks like a duck. It looks like something Howard the Duck would be driving around in. So the other thing about the women, let me tell you something. Women love mailmen, especially the older ones. The grannies, woo-wee. They love meeting me at the door. I know they're checking me out. Wiggle, wiggle.
This guy's confidence through the roof. Good for you, drunken mailman. Be confident out there. I think the update on this story was that they are pushing some of them out live. Like some mailmen are actually driving these new ones. This says the long-awaited new truck makes its debut. The Postal Service's new delivery vehicles aren't going to win a beauty contest. They're tall and ungainly, the Associated Press said. Their windshields are vast. Their hoods resemble a duckbill. Their bumpers are enormous, but they're out there. The first handful of next-generation delivery vehicles are out in Athens, Georgia, and they're getting rave reviews from the mail people. They're going to go from just a few in the next couple of years to 60,000 of these suckers that are out there, all part of a 10-year, $40 billion transformation that is underway for the USPS. Shouts out to our mail people out there. Over to Daddy Two Times, who has a dispatch.
So like you said, Sean, not to excuse it, but for F's sake, when are some of these parents going to realize that trying to force something upon your kids, especially when it comes to who they are, their sexuality, their ideals, may have a very negative impact on their life, right?
Sure.
Like, I'm not a therapist. I don't know exactly what put this kid down the path of wanting to murder others, but a lot of times there seems to be a history of a parent or people around them who were either taking massive issue with who they were or trying to force them to be something else. All right. Not excusing it, but when are people going to learn that it doesn't help to do this to your kids or others? See ya.
All right. Thank you, Daddy Two Times. Appreciate the dispatch. Question for everybody. I have no idea what this place is, but people are going nuts. When they first started putting Wawas out there.
You don't know what Wawa is?
No. Let me get there. The Wawa, I know what it is. The Wawa, I was not on board with at the beginning, but I kind of like a Wawa. I kind of dig it. Their sandwich options are phenomenal. They got lots of options, and
I go for the scrambled egg bowl every once in a while.
I could do that. They have pretty okay food considering our gas station. I know what a Buc-ee's is. I know what the nightmare is when you walk through the door to Buc-ee's and 8,000 people are walking 8,000 different directions, and there's some weirdo in a beaver costume waving at you. I know what that's like. But now people are losing it because Casey's is coming to the state. What the hell is
We've had a Casey's for a long time, buddy.
Yeah.
But this
Josh
is
used to work there.
No, that's not Casey's. Not a bar named Casey's. This is a different one.
It's on Central.
This is a store called Casey's, and I guess there's a bunch of them in Texas, and they're planning a whole bunch for us here in the state of Florida. Maybe you guys in New York have this already. They're planning a whole bunch of these locations, and they say they're part of these very trendy gas stations like Buc-ee's, Circle K, Pilot, Flying J. I don't know that one either.
It's a truck stop.
Casey's is an Iowa-based convenience store chain with over 2,600 locations in the U.S. It's been made famous thanks to its signature handmade pizza and for being one of the largest convenience store chains in the country. Never heard of a Casey's. So if you guys have out there and think it's good, let us know. Chase on YouTube says Casey's is not that serious. What is special about this? I'm not even into the Buc-ee's thing. C-Lane is. He's a fan. I don't know if Josh is. Are you a fan of Buc-ee's?
I like it, but there's so many people there at all times.
It's so busy. It's so unbelievably busy.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot to deal with. C-Lane will just go out there and get that. Is it the sandwich that you got or the beef jerky that you got?
I'll get the beef jerky. Usually, a lot of times if we're on our way home, we'll get a pound of brisket and have that for dinner. Oh,
brisket
man.
sandwich goes hard.
The brisket
people
is
like
good.
that. It looks good. I've never had it. There was too many people in there. Todd says
Korean
Casey's is
jerky.
great. They said it's really, really, really good. And Quick Star is better than Casey's, says Chase. I had not heard about this at all in my life, but there's people who are thrilled. It's funny to me, people who are fans of all these things, there are people who, they don't just like Chick-fil-A. They are hardcore fans of Chick-fil-A. They'll go to every opening. They'll dress in a cow costume. They are groupies, basically, in the Chick-fil-A world. And they have this for some of these gas stations, too. So Casey's, we'll see if it's any good. Let us know if you've tried one out. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got an update on what's happening with Dave Grohl. A lot of pressure on Dave Grohl. After the next episode, we'll get back into what's happening with this whole story about people eating animals. There's new details coming in. Interesting ones, too. So we'll dive further into that controversy. We got a whole lot more on a Thursday that's on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You gotta get it that caper. And the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you gotta get that thing straight up. If you get it straight up and get your fingers under it, I know I can lift it, but I just can't get it
wrong
up.
with you describing this right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for an accident on Curry Ford Road eastbound at Cypress Springs Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 46 eastbound at Reinhardt Road. The off-ramp is partially blocked from State Road 429 southbound to Florida's Turnpike there, and traffic is slowing down through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. If you see traffic troubles, just call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors, from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Hones.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Get ready for fall road trips with Pep Boys. Shop and save on newly reduced prices on hundreds of tires. Save up to $420 instantly on select Cooper tires. That's up to $300 in savings with buy 3 get the 4th free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy 3 get the 4th free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of one tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit petboys.com for details.
Dr. Ryan Green, sharing a weight loss discovery.
You've heard of those weight loss injections that produce shocking results, right? If your goal is to lose weight, a group of doctors created a remarkable weight loss supplement called Lean, and it's very encouraging. The studied ingredients in Lean have been shown to help maintain healthy glucose levels, help burn fat by converting fat into energy, and reduce appetite so you eat less. Lean could be the weight loss answer you've been searching for.
Visit takelean.com, promo code radio. That's takelean.com, promo code radio.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now. Commercial free. Free never sounded so good.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
And get the uncensored shows, including one tonight. It'll be recorded tonight. You can watch it live on the Discord. All the links you need on the newsjunkie.com right now. Quick question for you. Do you think Taylor Swift with her endorsement, just a huge surprise? I did not see this coming. Taylor Swift.
Shocking.
I am blown away. I am blown away over here that she endorsed Kamala Harris.
I like Brittany Mahomes better.
and in the wake of this,
Mrs. Mahomes.
People said, hey, the visits to vote or the voting website exploded, and this is going to be such a game changer. And I feel like this comes up every 4 years. I don't truly think there are many celebrities that can move the needle in any significant way.
Nah.
I know every vote counts, so therefore, do I believe that there are zero hardcore Taylor Swift fans that wouldn't go, all right, Taylor said to do it. I'm going to register to vote, and I'm going to vote for who she said to. No, I believe there's at least some. Obviously, she's got so many followers. There's at least some that will be drones and go, Taylor says to do this, we're going to do this. But I don't know how many people that would be. And I think sometimes you might even irritate people. Like, you got to irritate some of your fans. That's going to happen no matter what, where the fans disagree with you politically and they're like, eh.
Always.
So you're gonna piss some people off, and maybe that encourages them to go vote for the other person too. I don't know how much of an impact this has. Rachel says, I think you'll find some takers. I think if anybody can, it's her. There's definitely truth to that. Like, if somebody's going to move the needle, it's going to be a person with that many followers and that many dedicated fans. I do want to talk about something I thought was pretty funny that happened yesterday after the show, unfortunately.
Oh, boy.
And I'm not sure if you guys saw this or not, but Biden was out doing a meet and greet style thing.
You're tired after that 9/11 he did.
He did the 9/11, and then afterwards, did you see the parent that got pissed at that line from Biden?
No.
Hang on. I might be able to bring that up for us here. Hang on.
Was it the parent of somebody who died on that day?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me let the parent have their word. I'll bring it up because I know I bookmarked it before I get into this odd thing that happened with Biden at this meet and greet on 9/11. The thing, as I recall, was a parent at one of these events, and when they got up to the microphone, they said, this is all done as our president says he's going to go do a 9/11. They were upset by it. I personally didn't think it was that bad, but they were. Okay, here it is. I have it right here. I'll bring this up, and I'll play it for everybody who's hanging out with us today. Here we go. Because Biden said tomorrow I'm doing a 9/11.
He said I'm doing 9/11. He didn't say I'm doing a 9/11.
You're right. That's worse.
That would kind of be worse.
Here's the 9/11 widow who was upset by this.
My husband of 30 years was one of them. It is outrageous that our government would ever entertain the thought of granting the terrorists a plea deal. If not for the outcry of the 9/11 community, who knows what might have transpired.
All right.
It has been 23 years, and the families deserve justice and accountability.
All right.
Not arguing with any of this?
I will.
You go ahead, sir. Go ahead. You want to say something about the 9/11 widow? I'm not going to do it.
I don't know necessarily what she's referring to. What terrorist plea deal? All the terrorists that did 9/11 are dead.
She's talking about the folks who were attached to this who have been held at Guantanamo Bay, I think. And one of them, they had a plea deal arranged, and then there was an uproar from these families, and they canceled it, I think. I believe that the story went that they canceled it really quickly.
I think the deal took execution off the table.
Yes, yeah, and the families were not happy about that at all. And you don't want to piss these people off, not even in the slightest. But here she goes with the jab at Biden.
Here today show their respect and reverence to the families on September 11th. Or, in our president's words, do 9/11. Quite a flippant remark.
See, she's not happy. She took a shot at him there.
Bro, he's a grandpa. He said the wrong thing.
Okay, here's what I was talking about. You want to talk about said the wrong thing? Biden, who is just Weekend at Bernie style, making his way through the last couple months of his campaign, or just his time in office, I should say. He's at this firehouse, and the firehouse he went to... no, he's not at a subs place. He's at actual firehouse. And the one he went to, a bunch of these people were Trump fans. And he's talking to them. To his credit, he's talking to them. The guy he's speaking with has a Trump hat on. And Biden was trying to talk about, like, we got to bridge the gap. We got to make sure we talk to each other.
I'll give you my presidential hat. Presidential seal on.
He's trying to, the guy with the Trump hat, Biden's handing him a Biden hat.
Autograph it?
He said, will you autograph it?
Huh? Yeah. You remember your name? I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
Oh, boy. I don't remember my name. I'm slow, he says. And this is so funny. When you got two old dudes talking to each other, it's so mush mouth. It's like, it's hard to tell what they're saying.
You're an old fart. Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy. And you're an old...
That guy just called him an old fart.
Yeah, I know you would know about that. What? About being old. Oh, I know. All right.
This is the most old guy conversation I've ever heard in my life. You're an old fart. I know you'd know about that being old.
This is a Cracker Barrel front porch conversation.
Absolutely. You're waiting for your table to be called. So the guy in the Trump hat ends up getting Biden to put the hat on.
He reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
He said he reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm the other one. There you go, man. I need that hat.
He said, I need that hat.
Want my autograph? Hell no.
Hell no.
Come on.
So they start saying, put it on, put it on, put on the Trump hat.
I ain't going that far. Yeah. Do a selfie. There you go.
Oh, God. And people jumped all over him, and they're like, what's he doing? He's doing this. I think he's just trying to be playful with the Trump supporter people.
Sure.
Which, not maybe a great thing for Kamala Harris with the current president with the Trump hat on, but I don't think this is that bad.
See, he doesn't even like you. He's wearing my hat.
He's going to do that too. Trump is totally going to utilize this moment in his what am I looking for here? He's going to use it to his advantage in his campaign. Trump 2024 is what the hat says on Biden. I think he's just having fun. It's okay. But it does make me glad that he's not in the race anymore, because that was just two old dudes. You're old. You're old.
It was like a weird old passive-aggressive thing. Like, you're an old fart. Yeah, I am an old fart. All right.
Had a couple guys in the neighborhood like you.
Always one.
It's all right, old guys, calm down.
Elevator conversation.
Everything's going to be okay. So they were jumping on him for that. Ted says, having some fun, nothing wrong with that. No, I don't think so. It's like the Trump people were saying, hey, we're not going to be voting for you. And Biden's like, I know I'm in shark-infested waters here. Let's jab back and forth at each other a little bit, and I'll give you a funny moment where I put on the Trump hat.
You think that guy? You think that old Trumper guy keeps the Biden hat or sells it?
I think he sells it. He looked like a guy who would sell a Biden hat. He seemed like
he's like, I want to give you this presidential seal hat. Will you autograph it? I was like, oh, sounds like a little opportunist.
He's going to put that out there. I do like, though. Maybe I'm just desperately seeking moments like this. I do like seeing people who disagree having a nice little moment with each other and being able to coexist and not being like, wait, what did you say? How dare you? Everybody has this insane test that they put on the entire world when they interact with them now. And this test is, you must be of absolute purity with my beliefs. It has to be 100%. If you say anything that's out of line, whoa, we'll throw you, walk the plank. You're going off the ship. We'll throw you overboard.
I think a great example of that was the friendship between Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Antonin Scalia. Like, they were like polar opposites politically. Yeah. But they're like, all right, once that's over, they like loved opera, good food and wine. They like bonded over their childhood in New York. I'm not reading this. At all. It's just stuff that's just
no one could tell by the way you pronounce Scalia.
These are facts.
It's Scalia, buddy.
Okay.
Listen, I know
Antonin Scalia.
Josh, his friends call him Scalia.
Oh, right.
Close people like
Scaldog.
Scaldog.
All right. A lot of people are chiming in on this, so we'll get to your take. I did think it was cute, though. Maybe cute's not the best word, but I like people being able to spar back and forth and kind of be friendly about it at the same time. And I don't think we should be like, oh, you're like, and just dunk on them for the moment. That seems stupid to me. Let people do this. I want Democrats to be able to coexist with Republicans and vice versa. Stop hating everybody who disagrees with you. It's weird. Here's Booty Sweat talking about the Casey's gas station that's coming to Florida at least soon.
Hey, good afternoon, news junkies. Speaking of Casey's, in a past life, while I was a TV news reporter up in the Quad Cities area, that is the Iowa and Illinois border.
Going to Booty Sweat live at the scene.
We were out covering stories, or
that's why you got fired.
Food on the go. Maybe get some snacks, use the restrooms. Usually, your better option was the Quick Star. Well, there is probably about just as much Casey's as there are Quick Stars. Normally, the Casey's was of a lower quality than the Quick Star. Definitely was part of the reason why I liked being on the Iowa side a little bit more, because they didn't have any Quick Stars over in Illinois. But yeah, they're not even, I can't even say that they're anything above Racetrack.
Wow, just a regular gas station
is above Casey's in quality. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you. The smart place, the place that I do give credit for this one thing, is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's going on the idea that you have the cleanest bathrooms is super smart.
Oh,
if you got to go and you're driving down the interstate and you said in 15 miles there's a Buc-ee's, I know the bathroom is going to be clean. I know it's going to be a good experience. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had some very bad public bathroom experiences. Specifically, like a gas station. You go into some of these bathrooms and
oh no, the worst ever was public restroom in Central Park.
Oh
my God.
It's like a war zone. You go in there
because we were walking through Central Park and all of a sudden my stomach started gurgling and I was like, we need to get somewhere where I'm going
to do a 9/11.
Did you look at your wife and you say, look, wife.
It was my 9/11.
You look at her and you go, look, I've never been more serious about anything in my life. This is an emergency. Yeah. You get on board with me.
It was like a quick onset stomach. And then I was like, I have to get somewhere where I can poop.
Did you have in your mind an idea of what the timeline looked like? Like how much time you were looking at?
Sort of, but it wasn't much.
It's 30 seconds.
And also, deep in Central Park, you're like, where's the closest place? I mean, it's not a public park bathroom. It's not close. So, yeah.
Is it as bad as I'm thinking inside that?
The worst. Probably top 5, maybe the worst. Second worst experience
Can't do that.
ever.
That's why I don't go to the bathroom in public. I only pee in public. I will not, unless it's a very specific place. There's a couple that are on the white list. And I say, all right, that public bathroom I'll use. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be nice. I've been to some places. We went to a restaurant before, and I said, where's the restroom? And they said, right over here. And I went in there. There's marble counters. It was quiet in there. There was a little jazz music playing. There was like sounds that deterred you away from the noise of a flush or something or any other noises. Beautiful, but so many of them not good at all. Real quick, before we get ready for the next episode, more rumors coming in about this Dave Grohl thing. And this is good news for those people who are very, very hurt by Dave Grohl. Don't know why, but they are. And I got 2 different things. One is Australian fans did the math. They said, what do we know? We know that he just welcomed a new child into his life that is not with his wife, and then he apologized to his family. So a baby as a result of cheating has been welcomed into the world by Dave Grohl. So where was Dave Grohl 9 months ago? And they did the math and found out he was in the middle of his Australian tour at the time.
Should be 10 months ago.
Yeah. So, but in that time period, the Foo Fighters were touring Australia. And they're believing that it was an Aussie or somebody that was along with him in Australia. They think that's where this happened. And perhaps a more controversial take on things, again, from our friends at Media Takeout. So grain of salt this. They say, and they're totally correct on their sources, I'm sure. They say at Media Takeout, we're told the woman is black and will be classified as dark-skinned. And they said she's a beautiful black woman that Dave Grohl had this child with. I don't know if that's true. It probably isn't, but that's at least what they're saying at the moment. That's the drama, the gossip that's out there. We'll get into the good stuff. The next episode is coming up in just a moment. You don't want to miss out on this. Then, as I said, we're going to get into more of this people eating animals stuff. I have the actual info, the actual things that will tell us what's really happening, despite all the fighting online.
And a recipe.
And a recipe as well. Why not? If you can't beat them, join them. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast here in Central Florida. And for the rest of today, we'll see some off and on showers and thunderstorms, some of which could have some heavy downpours. Plan for temperatures to only climb into the mid to upper 80s as a result of the overcast skies and the showers and storms that will be present. As we head to the end of this week, we'll still be dealing with these scattered showers and storms, but the end is in sight. Drier air filters in just in time for the weekend with a 30% chance of rain for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why? Y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission. Now through the end of September. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Mike, we just got the Bartesian. It's like having a full bar in our home.
Sounds amazing.
It is. With Bartesian, everything you need is in these little capsules. Bitters, real fruit juices. Then all you do is add your choice of liquor, and you got the perfect cocktail in under 30 seconds.
Wow, I may need a Bartesian.
For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian cocktail maker. Only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Mount Dora is where the ultimate barbecue collides with bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon at the Pitmasters and Pourers event. Join us on September 14th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park. Enjoy great food, along with live music by the Shaylin Band, interactive entertainment, college football viewing, and more. Sponsored by Visit Lake and Yingling. Tickets $12 in advance and $15 at the gate. Visit pitmastersandpourers.com. That's pitmastersandpourers.com.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is The Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone guarantees the best live comedy experience, welcoming the top touring talent to our stage. This week, The Funny Bone welcomes Matt Matthews. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us for the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a girl. I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Not sure if everybody's claimed them, but I did throw up 5 gifted subs to Secret Shows, which if you have an account, you just claim, and then bam, you got a month of Secret Shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. We will get into the next episode, but I want to remind you to interact with the show and to get any of the podcasts or video broadcast archives. You can just go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. So say you didn't get to watch live, but the way you want to enjoy the show is with the video and scrub through the commercials or whatever. You could do that at thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see in the featured section, each day's stream is archived right there when we're done. So check that out at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I want you to pee on me.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode.
With me!
Didn't know that clip existed. It was a last minute, You
just fired it in there?
We'll probably have to ask for some more clarification at some other time. Next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com. If you're looking to get out of your renting situation where you're just giving somebody else all your money and you want to invest. You want to put yourself in a home, something that can feel like yours. That Mortgage Guy Don is going to help you. He's going to demystify the mortgage process, and he is a mortgage wholesaler, so he is going to pass those savings along to you. He's the expert you can trust, and you just go go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, and you can put in your quote, and he'll tell you, this is a good one, or I can do better. And all that is done. You listen to the Home Loans radio show. He answers your questions, and he's just a super nice guy. He's a fun dude.
By the way, it's a good time to talk to him because mortgage rates are creeping down.
Yes,
they're going down. So you want to be on top of this. Make sure you're getting the best deal possible.
Hit him up, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This makes me feel a little old, but a couple days ago, Ryan Felipe celebrated his 50th birthday.
Wow.
And he still looks like 22. The guy is aging very gracefully. The Cruel Intentions actor, major 90s heartthrob, and it seems nothing has changed as he glides into his fifth decade looking like a fresh-faced 30-something. Of course, the actor rocketed into the mainstream as one of the hottest stars of the decade after his groundbreaking first role as Billy Douglas, the first openly gay teenager featured in a TV series on the U.S. soap What for Points?
One Life to Live.
Bingo! You got it.
Right?
Yeah. First guess. Very confident, too.
Nice. Is that locked in my brain from a Today I Learned or something? I don't know where that
Maybe.
came from.
You got that weird, news Rain Man thing going on
know,
that
it's
you're
so
very
strange.
braggy about.
Hey, question.
And answer.
There's no wrong answers, C-Lane. No wrong answer, Josh. Many wrong answers, chat. Be careful. Tread lightly. Banhammer coming out. I look at Ryan Felipe. C-Lane says he's 50 years old. And you're exactly right. He looks maybe 30-something. And then I go, how old do I look? Because you can't tell that about yourself.
Not
you can't
a
look
day
in the
over
mirror.
62.
No, I can't be 62.
No.
Be honest right now. How old do I look? If you had to pin an age on me, you had no idea who it was. How old do I look?
35.
You're being nice. You're trying to be nice.
38. It's an impossible question for me to answer because I know.
You can't separate yourself from knowing me.
Yeah.
69, no. 45, you monsters. I'm going to ban everybody. What did I get into here?
You did say that there would be nothing but wrong answers on the chat, and look, you're 100% correct. Look at that.
Let me just wash my hands of this.
Yeah.
Go back to you, Seelan.
All right. Well, the Video Music Awards were last night. Did you guys watch any of the Video Music Awards?
No. I did not.
I saw a little bit.
I saw a couple of clips this morning. That's all I saw.
I think I looked up because I was doing stuff around the house, and I looked up and I was like, is that Eminem? It's Eminem and one of the tattooed guys, Jelly Roll, Post Malone.
Big guy?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
I think it was Jelly Roll.
Eminem's new song is so corny to me.
What? The Steve Miller
You gonna
sample?
cancel me? Gen Z me, bruh?
Yeah, what's the song that it's covering?
Abracadabra?
Abracadabra. That's what it is. It's so corny.
You don't like it? I haven't really listened to it.
It's a good song because it's catchy and it'll stay with me, but I think it doesn't seem like modern day rap. But man, he's just doing his thing.
Well, Megan Thee Stallion hosted the Video Music Awards at the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York. It was the 40th MTV Video Music Awards.
Damn.
Katy Perry received the Video Vanguard Award, which I think they've quietly separated the Michael Jackson from that, because it used to be called Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award.
Is that true? Huh.
And I haven't, now whenever they talk about it, I think they don't talk about the Michael Jackson part. I don't know if they're kind of going, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should kind of.
Well, you don't want to attach yourself to anybody's name on an award like that, because any story could come out and then you go, damn it, we've given all these awards out already.
Right.
It's better just to be generic.
Taylor Swift once again took home the biggest award of the night, Video of the Year, and now she is tied with Beyonce for the most VMA wins ever. Both ladies have 30 Moon Men. It says
that is
moon,
a lot.
It says Moon People here, but
Moon Day Dems.
Moon Days.
What kind of PC nonsense?
And then, Sean, you'll be happy to hear Chappelle Roan. Chapel or Chappelle? Chapel Roan.
Just make it like you're saying the word chaperone in a real dumb way. That's her name.
Chaperone. Took home the first major award of her career for Best New Artist, beating out Gracie Abrams and Tyla after a show-stopping summer on the festival circuit. Beyonce was nominated for 3 awards: Song of the Year, Best Trending Video, and Most Iconic Performance. Ultimately did not win any of those. Sorry to Beyonce. And speaking of Katy Perry, she has reacted to this viral photo that's going around. There's a picture of her and Orlando Bloom, and then Kim Kardashian's in the picture, and somebody snapped the moment. Now, they said staring, but it only takes like a lick of a second to take a picture. He's staring right at Kim Kardashian's ass.
Oh, looks like he's getting a look.
Looks like he's taking it in. Katy Perry, though, isn't fussed by a wandering eye. She approves. The singer appeared on the Elvis Duran show and was asked about the viral snap of her fiance checking out Kim Kardashian's backside at the New York Fashion Week gala. Bloom can be seen standing behind Perry with his hand on her lower back while glancing at the Kardashian posterior. When asked, Perry responded, "I approve." She cheekily added, "The images captured Orlando with his right hand above Kay's butt," and joked, "It's been other places, sorry to tell you." She's all of a sudden weirdly open about that relationship with the whole dishes BJ thing.
I've seen that too. I should not have asked this question. CNJ Forge on YouTube says, Sean doesn't look a day over rigor mortis. And Eric says, Sean looks young because his face is plump. So, all right, thank you.
Your face is not plump.
It feels a little plump.
It's not. Oh, my gosh.
Maybe I'm just reacting to
if you shake it, does it do the Nixon thing?
Buddy, I am not.
That's a plump test.
There is a 0% chance I am doing that right now. No.
What's the Nixon thing?
Shake to see if the fat in your face moves around. I don't want that.
I'm almost guaranteeing it does for me, but that's neither here nor there. There's a couple movies that have come out recently that are centered around a topic where you think that I didn't know that could be turned into a movie, but I've ended up liking. The Tetris movie was one of them. It was very fascinating.
I still haven't seen that, but I got to watch that.
It was good. The Nike movie, where they were courting Michael Jordan to endorse Nike, and that's how Nike blew up. That was a great movie. And there's one coming out that I also think it falls under this category. It doesn't seem like the most exciting thing, but the right people are attached to it. Judd Apatow and Steven Spielberg are teaming up for a movie about the Cola Wars.
All right, I can see that being interesting.
The war between Pepsi and Coke. Deadline Report shares that Apatow is now attached to direct the project, Spielberg being tapped as producer via his Amblin Entertainment. And it's primed to tell a mid-1980s story that follows the battle between Pepsi and Coke for the top spot of soda drinkers' favorite poppy beverage. Sony, according to Deadline, purchased Cola Wars for more than $1 million earlier this year amid a tense auction. I think it could be good.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
It could be fun. It's there's another movie that I'm probably not going to watch with Michael B. Jordan, because I don't know if you guys are into this, but this is the third time they're remaking the Thomas Crown Affair. Have you guys watched the Thomas Crown Affair?
Nope.
Never
seen a single Thomas Crown Affair. And Michael B. Jordan's attached to it, which is funny because he was in Creed, and I've never watched any of those movies. Those are Rocky, right?
I want to watch those, but I haven't watched those either. I got to catch up with those.
So he's attached to this. The Thomas Crown Affair origins and film date back to the 60s with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway's movie of the same name. And let's watch this video on TMZ, Sean, if you pull it up.
All right.
So somebody caught Roger Goodell out in public, and he looks like he doesn't want to be bothered. But I'm curious if he's full of S on this, because it says here that Roger Goodell is a K-Dot fan. Like he's not going to be turned off by this halftime show. He's a big fan. Watch him say this and see if he can name a Kendrick Lamar song.
All right.
Halftime show. I think everyone's excited. How are you feeling about this year's Super Bowl halftime show?
Feeling great.
Kendrick, are you a fan of Kendrick?
Absolutely.
That's amazing. What do you think of this weekend? First weekend? Good season?
All good.
All right, sir. Well, I wish you nothing but the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar, love him.
I love when they try to get so much content out of these basically ambushes in public when they find these people. But sure, yeah, Roger Goodell, big fan. He's going to love that halftime show. On the boob tube, Martin Lawrence and Joey King soul coughing on Jimmy Kimmel. When's the last time you heard about soul coughing? Jeff Bridges on the Stephen Colbert Show. Catherine Hahn and Kevin Smith on Late Night with Seth Meyers. And that's it. That's your next episode, guys. It's
thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So humble.
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right.
You're welcome, guys.
Soul Coughing, I know I like them. What are the songs? What are the songs that they sang that I would remember?
Is Chicago not Chicago?
That one I don't know by the title. You don't know Soul Coughing, Josh? You might be too young.
I've heard of the band. I don't know the song he said.
I was thinking Sex and Candy, but that's Marcy's Playground.
Screenwriter
Super
Blues.
Bon Bon.
Super Bon Bon.
Super Bon Bon.
Super Bon Bon. Super
Super
Bon
Bon
Bon.
Bon. That's a good one. I like that, actually.
Is that how that went?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to tell you guys at some point, you were talking about all these movies. Is that right there? You can bring it up. Yeah. I remember this. That's
Super
good.
Bon Bon.
I didn't know. Maybe they have a new album out or something like that.
I don't know.
But I have to tell you guys at some point before the show is over about Courtney's movie. Because as of last night, apparently...
She making one?
She's apparently... She's got a movie, all right? She's working a movie through the system, and she started last night. She was just sitting on the couch. She goes, what if there was a movie where... And she'd... right in 5 seconds or so, not in 5 seconds, but like out of nowhere, she unveiled her whole movie to me. And I said, where is this coming from? And then she liked her idea so much that she had to stop the movie we were watching and go write down her movie idea so she could try to get in touch with Spielberg. And I don't know, she probably doesn't even want me giving it away. She's really... She's invested in this movie idea. We also we're going to peek in with our friends in Edgewater. I want to go back over there and stir up the drama a little bit more. We had the one guy who was going after the mayor of Edgewater, and he's going to know the drama. He's going to know what's really going on there. And then eventually we'll see if we can get to the mayor of the city. He's like a teenager. He's a young kid who they caught drinking at a bar maybe, and he was also singing along to some rap songs. There's a lot of characters at play on this. So we're going to try to reach out to them. I'm trying to see C-Lane if we're going to do Zoom or call them up, but we'll work on that in just a moment. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Take us with you anywhere. Yep, even there. Follow Real Radio 104.1 on the free iHeartRadio app. Just please wash your hands when you're done.
Watch out for a serious accident. Authorities are clearing up here on US 27 southbound at I-4. The off-ramp from State Road 429 southbound to Florida's Turnpike, that is partially blocked due to an accident, and the shoulder is blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4. There's an earlier accident still causing a bit of delays here on Curry Ford Road eastbound at Cypress Springs Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air
conditioner's making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Hey, it's RC Hill. Prices are up everywhere, and that makes affordability a problem. And that's why I'm turning September into Accept-timber. This week at RC Hills, if you hate your car, don't accept the status quo. Just say no. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. My team of finance specialists really hustle to help you find a car you love at a low rate and a monthly payment that fits your budget. That's what my Perfect Payment program is all about. Get a great deal on a new 2024 Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty, or check out our certified used trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars. So if you hate your car because it has too many miles or too many problems, dump it and get way over trade value. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. RC Hill Mitsubishi and used car superstores in DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. And if you need to sell your car today, we pay you on the spot. Visit rchillbuyscars.com. That's rchillbuyscars.com.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's.
Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners.
Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day.
Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everyone knows the English perfected the cocktail, but the Bartesian elevated it. Bartesian delivers bar-quality cocktails at the touch of a button. Just pop in a cocktail capsule, add your favorite spirit, and voila, a tipple fit for the King of England himself. Pip pip tally-ho and bottoms up to Bartesian. Cheers! Premium cocktails on demand. For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. Only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Score 0% on new Nissans for the win. Click OrlandoNissan.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can do it on your phone, whether it's Android or iPhone. I don't care. Just as long as it has a microphone, it can send a dispatch. We're going to go looking for some drama here in just a moment because there's some fun stuff happening. And of all places, Edgewater, Florida. And I want to get down to the bottom of this, or at least try to. I know we talked about this yesterday, I believe, right, C-Lane? When we brought this up. Tons of people are listening in Edgewater, and people just flooded my inbox. Like, hey, here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. And I'm trying to make heads or tails of this guy who got elected to be a mayor of a city as a teenager. And then there's all kinds of stories about him maybe getting caught drinking at a bar, maybe getting caught singing along to some songs with the N-word. Wesh had a story on this. Let's see what we can get for background here.
New videos have surfaced on social media that one Edgewater man says shows a 20-year-old mayor using a racial slur.
Look at this guy.
Mayor Diesel DePue is the youngest mayor to ever be elected in Florida.
West 2's Volusia County reporter Pamela Combs spoke with the man behind the videos who is now calling for the mayor's resignation.
Oh, boy.
I, Diesel DePue, do solemnly swear.
The youngest elected
This is when he was like 18 years old, I think. He's sworn in. Why you would elect an 18-year-old, boom, my mind is going to explode just considering that. But the inevitable is happening.
Florida's history is under fire after video surfaced on social media of Edgewater Mayor Diesel DePue.
God.
In one clip, the 20-year-old mayor is seen making lewd gestures and singing a racial slur with a hard seltzer in his hand. For Anthony Kianvar, that slur made him speak up.
I know it may not seem that way from my appearance, but I am a person of color. My father is from Iran. And hearing him use racial slurs, I've had them lobbed at me before. It's deeply offensive to me as a person.
Kianvar spoke at 3 city council meetings in the last 3 months, accusing the mayor of behaving inappropriately.
All right, so there's a lot going on here. We got to unpack this. And Anthony Kianvar, am I saying your name wrong? I know I just heard it on the report. I don't screw it.
It's fine. Honestly, it's not exactly a common name. It's Kianvar is how it's actually pronounced, but I'm not going to dock you anything for that.
Anthony Kianvar. All right, I want to make sure I nail this here. And this is about the mayor who used to be, he was a teenager when he was elected. Diesel DePue, I think is his name, of Edgewater, Florida. Yeah. And he's got all sorts of antics he's wrapped up in. How the hell did a teenager get elected in your city? How did you get to this? What happened here?
You know, that is a funny story. First of all, I want to establish I did not vote for the kid. I didn't vote for his opponent either. I just left the field blank. But he basically got it because his opponent was caught moving or stealing campaign signs for Diesel DePue, and the community was just outraged that he would do such a thing.
Okay.
It's so weird. Are you that like troubled by do you think the 18-year-old's going to win? Are you that threatened by him that you need to steal his signs? That's such a weird move.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really in the business of like spreading rumors. I don't really have hard documented evidence of anything, but from what I've heard from other people in the community, it may not be as it seems. It seems that there may have been some setup of that situation.
Okay.
From the Diesel campaign.
All right. So he rides that wave, basically, Anthony.
Yeah.
And with the wave that he's riding, I heard a bunch of people who weren't otherwise going to vote say, we'll vote for him. What are they? They're trying to stop his campaign. We'll do it. So they elect the teenager, which is, in my estimation, a really stupid idea, but they do it anyways. And Diesel Depew becomes the mayor of the city that you live in. When do things start to go a little sideways? Is it right away? Does it take a little while?
Well, I'm going to admit I'm a recent transplant. I was living in a house right behind the IHOP on Summerlin and 50 right before I moved out here in 21. So a bit of a culture shock, as you can imagine. But once I got here, I was a new transplant. I didn't really feel like I should get involved in politics. But from the beginning, he did not impress me at all. But really, the things that got me to say that enough is enough were when I heard about him going to local businesses and using fake identification to purchase alcohol. I do have people that are close to me that are involved in alcohol safety training, people that are bartenders, people that are servers, that their livelihoods could very easily be impacted by a liquor license being taken away or severe fines being levied. Or
hold on, forget about that. How is it that a bar doesn't recognize the mayor, who they know? If you know the mayor, you would know that the mayor is underage. How do they not recognize the mayor coming in to drink and not go, oh, this guy, obviously I shouldn't serve him? Is he not well known in the small city of Edgewater, or what?
Oh, he is very well known. And I feel like that is the biggest issue out of all of this. The restaurants don't want to speak up. That's the reason why I'm being so forceful about this. I am the only one talking about this, other than there have been a couple of other people that have brought this up, because they're afraid of retaliation. They do not want to face what I faced at this last city council meeting, where his supporters go up and lob ad hominem attacks at me, threaten me with violence, just, the whole 9 yards, slander.
How does he have supporters? Is he like a Trump guy or something? Is he latching onto some other campaign?
He is a MAGA supporter. You can see him in his photo ops at CPAC. As well as with the DeSantis campaign. I think Faustina Guzman Trump, that's currently running, he's closely tied to her. So yeah, it's deep in his blood.
All right, because I was wondering why he would have people defending him. Just an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, however old he is now, certainly not 21, mayor. I wouldn't think that there'd be a lot of people rushing to his defense. But if you're tied onto another movement, then it's like, oh, this is one of our guys, and some new person's coming in to take him down. When you went to these hearings or whatever they were, where they were talking about the mayor of Edgewater, and you said your piece, was he there? Did you get to direct this at him in person, or no?
Oh yeah, when you see me looking up from the podium, I'm looking directly into his eyes, and he looks like a deer in headlights every single time. Except for, of course, the times where he was talking over me. He felt very secure that he could abuse his power to silence me when I was bringing up the fact that he brought up fake identification into a restaurant and tried to use it. And just to go back to your earlier point, do people in our community recognize him? Yeah, that's the reason why the waiter didn't serve him, because he knew exactly who he was.
Right.
He was someone that was elected 2 years ago as the youngest ever publicly elected official in Florida.
Yeah.
So,
you know what you should have done in that hearing, and I don't know if you did this, you should have said, pull out your wallet right now and let's go through and see all the identification that you have in your wallet, because that was sitting in there right there. Somebody says, how many votes did he win by? Josh had this earlier.
It was less than 1,000, I think, from what I saw.
Yeah, it was a slim margin. Our population in the city is only about 25,500. So, I mean, it's not really much. I don't know how many people voted exactly.
It was about half of that.
Yeah. So it's not a huge margin. I don't think that it's by any means a mandate to keep this man.
Now, is this kid mayor responded to you at all? Because now you're calling for him to resign, or people are maybe with you saying that he should resign because he's been busted drinking underage. Has he responded to you in any way?
No, he hasn't responded to me. He hasn't responded to any news outlets that have reached out to him for comments. The only thing that I can say is I've tried through multiple avenues, both through comment cards that I dropped in the box at City Hall, as well as talking to people in his orbit, letting them know, if they can facilitate a conversation between us, I would be more than happy to take this to a less public forum. My concern is for my community. I don't need this to be a public blow up. I just want to make sure that my community is thriving.
Yeah.
And right now we're going through a bunch of different issues. The minimum water bill that you can have in this community is $90. Like, even if you're not here, the snowbirds that leave for a while, even if they're not using it, it's still $90.
Brutal.
Our property taxes are higher here than in neighboring towns. We just had a police staffing study done in February where it was shown that we need at least 9 police officers today just to keep up with the growing population. Left and right, new development is being approved for single family homes and townhomes without actually investing in the necessary infrastructure to keep up with these new developments. It's just very poorly managed and irresponsible growth. And part of that is obviously the leadership that the city has.
Okay. So you're saying there's local problems. He's not helping out with them, and he's wrapped up in all this other stuff. What's the dirt on him? So we got that he's been drinking underage. I can't hate him for that. I've done that before.
So have I.
But he shouldn't be doing that as a mayor, and he shouldn't be going into these bars and doing this. He's singing along to these rap songs, which you said made you upset. I don't care as much about that in particular. He seems to be pretty just brazen about most of this stuff because he's not really getting a lot of heat locally other than you. Is there anything else on this list of dirt against him that is important?
I mean, it depends on what you consider important. A lot of people are going to dismiss some of the minor crimes that he's committed as, minor crimes. He was given a misdemeanor criminal citation back in October of last year for operating a motorcycle without the motorcycle license, motorcycle endorsement. He got a null prosequi, pretrial deferment. So he never actually faced any real consequences for that. But he was operating a vehicle with another person's plate on it. He was operating the vehicle without the proper headgear or eye protection, and he also didn't have insurance on the bike. There were so many things during that stop, and I've got the body cam footage and the police report that I presented in the evidence online. There's also the fact that it seems that his primary source of income was selling vehicles on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
And he exceeded the number of vehicles allowed to be sold annually per Florida statutes before you have to register as a dealer in the state of Florida. So again, whether you consider these things to be worthy of concern, it's up to your judgment. But I personally think that anyone that disregards the law, no matter how trivial, when they've been sworn in to protect the laws of our community, should be held accountable for that.
A lot of people coming at you on chat. Some people saying a lot of people taking issue with you calling yourself a person of color, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Then Cosidia says, why is this guy not running for mayor? Would you be interested in running against this guy?
Right now I'm focused on holding him accountable and getting him out of office. I think that there are a lot of people in this community that would be better suited to be mayor, people that were born and raised here. They obviously are more in touch with the needs of this community than I am. However, if I see that there's no one that's going to step up and
you would do it,
that I can, stand behind, I would stand up. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't seem to be hard to become mayor in Edgewater, but
Dicetown.
But what is his record politically? Like, what has he done, or for the better or for worse, as mayor of Edgewater to change the town?
Well, the biggest thing that he has done that he kind of touts as a win is this new complex that they're trying to get built that would essentially be like a new city center. But nothing's actually started with that. It's all still in concept as far as I know. But he constantly is voting against development, which is something that I agree on, but it seems like he's doing it simply because he knows that the measures are already going to pass, because our city council is quite heavily weighed in a pro-development sort of way. 3 members consistently continue to vote for developers to come in here and continue to annex new properties. So I think it's more of a, like a public theater kind of aspect than anything else. I don't think it's sincere.
All right. Well, Anthony, we appreciate the time. Thanks for hanging out with us today and
of course
giving us some of the info and the drama on this. Now I'd like to talk to the Diesel Depew guy. I'm not sure if he'll talk with us, but we'll try. We'll give it a shot and see if he'll jump on the line with us. But thank you, Anthony. We appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, you should. And I appreciate you having me on. If you can get him on, I would love to have a conversation with him.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what we can set up there. And we'll let everybody know what's going on next. We'll hear from you, too. What do you think about all this? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. You can send us a dispatch over there, as I said, and we'll play some of those when we come back. We got a bunch to get into. Jury duty is on the way, and we got to talk about something that happened at a hotel pool that has people absolutely freaking out. All that and a whole lot more on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show, where we air it and bear it. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns this afternoon on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident off to the shoulder. Traffic is backed up from I-4. There's a serious accident blocking 2 left lanes on US 27 southbound at I-4 there. And flooding is still affecting Saxon Boulevard where it meets US 1792. Travel with caution in these areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
All right, Mills Air is an amazing company that's been in business since 1992. That is over 30 years. They're a carrier, factory authorized dealer, and they really are the best of the best. They're honest, they work with integrity, and they know how to fix any kind of air conditioning out there. And these are the kind of things you should look for in a company that you spend your hard-earned money on. Are they locally owned and operated? Yes. Are they family owned and operated? Yes. This is a great place. And even if they weren't any of those things, they just happen to be the best of the best out there. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to Mills Air. Give them a call for preventative maintenance, 407-277-1159. That can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. Preventative maintenance, so smart for you homeowners to get. 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. When people ask me what I do for a living, I don't even blink. I'm an accident attorney. For those who've never been in an accident, that carries a negative connotation. For those who have, they understand. They need an attorney to fight a billion-dollar insurance company, to make sure their bills are paid, and that their future is protected. I'm very proud of what I do, and I take it very serious. If that works for you, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
Everyone knows the English perfected the cocktail, but the Bartesian elevated it. Bartesian delivers bar-quality cocktails at the touch of a button. Just pop in a cocktail capsule, add your favorite spirit, and voila! A tipple fit for the King of England himself. With over 60 cocktails to choose from, including Tiki Bar Delights, 9 types of margaritas, and limited edition drinks perfect for poolside sipping, your taste buds are in for a jolly good time this summer. It'll feel like you're on holiday every day. Fancy a proper cocktail, old chap? Then look no further than the undisputed monarch of cocktail craftsmanship, Bartesian. So pip-pip tally-ho and bottoms up to Bartesian. Premium cocktails on demand. Cheers! For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian cocktail maker only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, I'm so glad we met them. Since we met them over a year ago, there have been so many listeners that have gone to get their free heart scan and found out they had blockage, and it saved their lives. Also, we found people who found out they had cancer early, and early detection is the key when it comes to cancer and heart disease. They know that at Life Imaging FLA, and you don't have to have a symptom to go get a scan. Get a scan when you can. That's what my sister's telling everybody, because early detection is a game changer when it comes to heart disease and cancer. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. When you pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll probably talk to Judy when you go there. She's wonderful. Life Imaging FLA.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the new.
We got to have a name for this whole thing. See if we can dig a little deeper and find some more drama here. We'll get into that momentarily. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails. Says, please keep me anonymous. My ex-wife works at a restaurant in New Smyrna Beach. The family owns 4 other restaurants around town and one in Port Orange. They said the Port Orange mayor went into the restaurant with the Edgewater mayor, and the Edgewater mayor had a fake ID, which they took, and they still have. So maybe you wouldn't have it with them. This was 3 months ago, says Anonymous on the email side of things. I just sent a message over to the Diesel Depew guy, and we'll see if he is interested in joining us for this Icetown expose that we have underway here on the show. We're learning so much about small towns and the drama that happens there. I will tell you folks listening, almost universally, and chat is universal on almost nothing, they didn't dig this guy. They were like, oh, he got a couple of speeding tickets, and he had a beer when he was underage, so you want to depose the mayor. A lot of people were against this guy, and we don't have some kind of left-wing or right-wing audience. We've got a mix of all sorts of people, and people didn't seem to be digging the argument.
That's why I was trying to get at, like, what has he done to ruin the town as mayor. Not what has he done just to break the law. And I get where the guy was coming from. He's like, he's supposed to protect the law. He's breaking the law. But it's like, all right. But
it's hard for me because we all did that, right? It's
not me. I'm a good boy.
I sold so many cars. Oh my gosh, the amount of cars that I sold when I was 19.
If this guy was drinking underage, he shouldn't be doing that. But it's super hard for me to come at this from some moral angle where, how dare you do this, Mayor? I definitely drank before I was 21 years old. He's just the mayor doing the same thing. On the other hand, he deserves scrutiny for doing that kind of stuff, too. I don't know. I didn't hear like a lot that would really tip things over. But you guys decide. We'll see what we get in the dispatches. I just say people seem to be thinking his idea of saying that he's a person of color, so he's offended by the mayor singing the song with the N-word in it. People didn't dig that. They didn't think that was good, was a good argument.
Well, I mean, yep, you could be a person of color, yes, but you're not that color.
People just bring up the person of color thing too much, I think. Like, let's keep this for people who are actually black and brown. I think it just makes more sense. Or maybe let's just call them like what they actually are, like African Americans, and you go, okay, I know who you're talking about. I think it just confuses things. But I don't think the case landed, or at least over on chat. Maybe the dispatchers think differently. There is a huge argument online today, and I like those online arguments.
Facebook,
oh, yes, I do.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
This one was after this woman who was on a family vacation started filming, and the video doesn't matter, but I'll just tell you what this person was doing, and you tell me if that's inappropriate. This woman is hanging out. She's by the pool at the hotel.
Inappropriate.
Just trying to enjoy her life. And she says she hears... And she keeps hearing this over and over and over. She goes, what in the hell is that? Any guess what this noise was that the woman at the pool at this hotel was hearing, that she goes, what on earth are you doing right now?
Someone underwater was chiseling a hole in the bottom of the pool.
All right, it's a brave guess. The underwater hole chiseler guess from
Odds are
Josh.
not good.
I'm going to keep that right here. We'll see if you're right on that. What about you, Sealand? What do you think?
Someone was timing her to see how long she was taking up the pool time.
All right, that's not bad.
No, it wasn't. It was very bad.
That might have been worse than mine.
I'm trying to be gentle to you guys here.
I tried to do worse than Josh, and that was the only success.
Thank you for your dumb guesses. The answer was that this was a guy who was cutting his toenails right next to her at a public pool. And she started just laying into this
I've never heard somebody cut their toenails with such a rhythm.
Yeah, and he was right on the note every time. They said, she said, this is gross, this is disgusting, and you should never be doing this in public. And I think it's a little bit of an overreaction, honestly. And it depends how this is done. If I am out, let's say, oh God, I can't think of a public place where I should do this. But let's just say I'm in like my living room or something. If I'm trimming my toenails or my fingernails and I catch all the little things that fly off, and I take them and I throw them in the garbage can and I wash my hands real good, I don't think I've done anything too vile. I think that's okay.
That's in your house.
Yeah, it's in my house. If I'm letting them fly, that's the worst thing. If you're cutting them, they're flying off.
This guy's probably launching toenails all over the pool deck.
If he's doing that, I think that might be out of line. I think that might be something that's like a step too far. Sam says toenails go flying every which way. Yeah, if they're like launching towards other people, that might be bad, but weigh in on that if you care to over at thenewsjunkie.com as we get to these dispatches.
I think it could be worse. I've told you guys before, I've been to a pool where somebody was shaving their legs at the pool.
That's weird. That's a weird move, man.
We tried to kind of, get in their shoes for a second, and the women that I was with said these girls are probably shaving their legs at the pool because they're not allowed to shave their legs at home.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Still doesn't forgive them leaving. Still doesn't forgive them doing it, one, and leaving the razor in the pool was really...
It's too far. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But that is an interesting angle to look at it from. Over to those dispatches. Here is Alex talking about this whole Icetown issue.
Hey, News Junkie.
Hey.
I lived in New Smyrna since 2017. I just recently relocated. Edgewater is a neighboring town. I used to work over there. I'm in all the local pages still. And this man that you guys just had on and a few of his other friends literally post that video of Diesel on the Facebook pages every single day.
Really?
It's getting old. It's kind of creepy. The comments there are just tearing them apart too, saying like, wow, this is getting old, get over it. Kind of creepy, same thing I just said. We all drank underage, especially in New Smyrna, especially at UCF. Kind of the same vibe. It's kind of weird, and he really is, like, whenever someone posts in those local pages with an issue, he's the first to respond to go fix it for them. I'm not on either side either, but it's kind of getting old.
All right. Another person lining up against this, saying he looks a little obsessed, looks a little bit
creepy?
too much. It's not creepy, but it looks like he's got a vendetta against this guy.
He's got a hard-on for this dude.
But I can't just protect the guy because he's young and he's underage. He's also the mayor. That's legitimate that he's the mayor. You did it to yourselves, though, Edgewater. To everybody listening to Edgewater, why did you vote a kid? I wouldn't even care what the party was, whoever the other person was. We need an adult to run the show. We need an adult to be in charge of things. And most of the adults suck at it, too. Most of the adults are poisonous politicians, too. But with a kid, what did you think you were going to get? My God. Jazzy Josh is with us, too.
What's up, Sean? So I don't think you're going to agree with me on this because you're a public figure on a radio station. But, I mean, getting mad at people for singing lyrics has got to stop. I mean, this guy's like, oh, I'm so offended for him using a racial slur. Dude, he's singing a rap song. That word is on 500 times in every song. And you've taken the power out of it, basically. And I mean, I've never heard of one person skipping over the N-word. I mean, that's just not a thing. So, I don't know. People need to get over it.
He said, I've never heard of one person skipping over the N-word. When you're singing along to the song, I've definitely done it. I've definitely skipped over.
I say buddy.
If you don't know, now you know. Neighbor is definitely something that has exited my mouth before. Depends on where you are. It depends on what the circumstance is. Now, here's the thing I'll throw at you. Is it wrong for somebody who is in their own car with their windows rolled up and they're rocking out to a song and one of the lyrics is the N-word for them to say it? I think no. I don't think there's anything morally wrong with that. They're just singing a song. But if somebody's singing it in public, I've seen some of these college kids, they hang on the totally normal idea. They're like, I'm just singing a song. I'm just singing a song. And sometimes they're putting a lot of emphasis on one word in the song. And you say, are you just utilizing this argument about I'm singing along with the song so that you could say this word? I think you got to be more careful on that one. Some people would probably say just there's no.
Well, you can't like shoehorn a song in there to use the word. Like you're being a real if you don't know now you know neighbor. You know, like
that's a work.
But yeah, I kind of took a little issue with the guy we had on, Anthony, saying that he was seen using a racial slur. Right? I think there's a difference between using one and singing
one,
and definitely singing it. But like you can say a word when you're talking about it, and not use it to hurt somebody. And when when you're singing a song, you're typically not doing it to hurt somebody.
And to this point, BDMX Con says again, the song choice matters. That's very true. If you're singing David Allan Coe,
exactly, deep cuts. That's why I said. Typically, you're not doing it to hurt somebody.
Exactly, right.
If the song was written to be hateful, then now we have a different story.
Yeah, that's completely off limits. I don't know if these attacks are landing. It didn't seem like with most of you that you thought it was bad enough to warrant ditching the teen mayor. Again, I'm going to stay with my stance that they should ditch the teen mayor because a teen mayor is a bad idea. That's my take on this. They should go, we made a huge mistake. We should have seen the follies of Icetown, and we should have headed in the other direction. But here we are, and it's time to fix this. I'm certainly not saying that the Anthony guy should take over. I don't know what the hell his politics are or what he would do. Well, he said a couple of things. But I gave him the opportunity. I was like, give me, what drama do you have? What's the juice on this guy? And it was basically that he was drinking underage. He sang along to the rap song.
Sold too many cars.
Sold too many cars. He may have been using a fake ID. He said he was worried about the liquor license of these places. Maybe that resonates with somebody. I'd like to hear from that person. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back in jury duty, we go back to Springfield and we find out what is truly happening. A lot of you are melting down over this. You feel like the truth is being silenced, and secretly the Haitians are eating all of the pets in Springfield. Is it true? I've got all of the information. I did a deep dive on this last night, so we'll serve up the truth, whether it's ugly or not, and then we'll move on past that. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
This is Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Week 2 of the NFL season will kick off tonight. It'll be an AFC East battle between the Bills and the Dolphins in Miami. Both teams are 1-0. Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield says Sunday's game in Detroit will be a measuring stick for who they are and where they're headed this season. And week 3 of the college football season's here. UCF will visit TCU for their Big 12 opener Saturday. Florida entertains Texas A&M. I'm Scott Davidson.
Mercedes-Benz has an SUV for you, whether it's the stylish GLC, the compact GLA, the 3-row GLS, or the GLE and GLC plug-in hybrids. Visit MBUSA.com for special offers.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us for the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, September 18th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an Egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 Egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo. Single item at regular price. What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like Classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. there are drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get your home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime. Download the Lowe's app to find what you need today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
And we'll get down to the bottom of what's happening in Springfield. I've done the deep dive. I've got the information that we needed to have.
How long did you spend on this?
I spent like an hour investigating this. Yes. Jury duty coming up in just a moment, and we'll get down to the bottom of what's happening in Springfield. But this, if true, is big. Sealand is saying even the texting service was dumping on that guy and in support of the teen mayor.
I don't even think I wouldn't call them in support of the teen mayor. I think they were just dumping on the dude.
Yeah, the guy who's kind of trying to call out the mayor for this stuff is universally getting dunked on. And I think it's because people don't believe, if he's listening, Anthony, I don't think they're connecting with your motivation for why you're going after this Diesel Depew kid who's mayor of Icetown. Now, I messaged him on Facebook and Instagram, and I saw he had some supporters over there. So maybe he joins us and we get down to the bottom of this minute issue, which we can be very good at that. We find little areas of drama, whether they be tiny little areas or big, big areas, and we get down to the bottom of things. That's how it works. This is a larger area that we're about to dive into, so let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, it's important that you take care of yourself, your family, and your future. 866-CALL-MO is going to set you down that path, or go to justcallmo.com. When it comes to this topic, I need to speak up for the Springfielders, the people from Springfield, Ohio, which I think is near Miami, Ohio, which I always see in college football. But Springfield, Ohio is who I want to speak up for here, because so many people have no idea what's going on. I just saw a moment ago somebody in chat talking about this, and they said, where was it? Somebody said, Eddie said on YouTube, Haitian chick reported a cat being eaten. It's on video. Everything else is an exaggeration. And this is the problem, because so many people have seen little tiny bits and pieces, and they make the rest of it connect in their brain, because cognitive dissonance allows us to do this in our brains. And we go, I got a couple of pieces. I'm going to put them together, and the puzzle is whole. You might have seen the video of a woman in absolute distress who attacked and ate a cat. That woman is not a Haitian woman. As best I could tell, that woman has been a resident of Canton, Ohio, which is not very close to Springfield, Ohio. This happened in Canton, Ohio. And the woman, it came out that the woman was a resident of the area for like 16 years, something like that. She'd been there for a long time. So she's not some Haitian immigrant, some new person to the town. And maybe Canton was the photo of the person holding the duck. It could have been that. All of these things have kind of been brought together and weaved together to create a narrative that maybe about, I would say, 30 or 40% of you are buying at the moment. And you're buying this idea that all of these people in Springfield that are newcomers, these Haitians, are eating all the pets. You heard the former president say it during the debate because he'd seen all this kind of stuff. And you've probably seen people post about it online. So speaking up for the people of Springfield, Ohio, and if you're over there, please email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The truth is there is a big problem in Springfield, Ohio. There is a big problem there. Since 2020, they have taken in about 20,000 Haitian immigrants, and they were a town of about 58,000 before that. So that's a third of your town that you're growing. Not quite doubling, but you're growing by a third in just 4 years. That is difficult. You're going to have growing pains no matter what. Problem being, a lot of these Haitians that come in don't speak English. One of the biggest problems for these Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, is that, and this might seem offensive to you, but it's just the truth, they don't know how to drive. They don't know United States traffic laws. They can, because of laws in the state of Ohio, get their driver's license if they are of the age that you're supposed to be. And so oftentimes they go, well, we're going to try to get jobs here, and we're going to need a driver's license. So they go to get the driver's license. But somehow they're getting them without a good knowledge of the roads. So there's traffic accidents galore, including one with a school bus that really made people upset because an illegal immigrant ended up killing some kids, I believe, in that accident. There's a massive influx of people who don't speak the language. They don't know these U.S. driving laws, so the crashes are happening. The hospitals are overwhelmed. They have a lot of unvaccinated kids, so you're seeing things like whooping cough pop back up. The translation services are overwhelmed. The schools are overwhelmed. They have schools where 30% of the students are now Haitian. They don't speak English. The additional 20,000 people coming into this city of 58,000 people, what do you think that does to the rental market? If you have apartments and places to stay for 58,000 people, and within 4 years, 20,000 more come in, the rental markets are under huge duress, major stresses in the rental markets. All of these things are absolutely true about what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. And they had the governor, DeWine, who came out yesterday, and he said that there is going to be more money injected into this to try to solve this. And people took that to mean, wow, they're spending money because they're admitting that the problem is real. They are eating these animals. No, it's $2.5 million over the next couple of years to get more translators, to get more people to help with the traffic concerns that I talked about, to get more people to do things to fix the problems that I just outlined. Nothing to do with the pets, with the mayor. But yes, whooping cough cases have exploded at these schools. There's like 100 cases for the year, which is way more than they used to have. And I'm trying to see all the different things that I saw here. I would say that there was a sheriff's office who said in the last 4 years, they hadn't had any calls for people eating pets. There was one phone call to the dispatch in the last 11 months in Clark County, claiming that the Haitians there were taking these geese. I played that for you on the show yesterday. And then there was one more police report about a woman, and she was the one who was in Canton, Ohio, and who was eating that cat. She was a mentally disturbed woman. She was going through a breakdown. That's what led to that. Don't watch that video if you haven't seen it yet, but it is not evidence of this larger point that people are making. It's tough. This whole situation sucks for folks who have lived there for a long time and for new folks who are just trying to flee what's happening in Haiti. My answer to this is generally we need to fix Haiti. We need to help them out in some way to get the barbecue guy to be cool so they don't have gang violence ripping their country apart. It's a hellhole over there. That's where the problem is. They're leaving that hellhole, as you probably would with your family, because of immigration laws. And Ohio is saying, hey, we need people here. So they listened to that, and they headed that way. They weren't expecting 20,000 people. Eric on YouTube says, okay, Trump Lawson, should we abort all the Haitians? Is that what you were trying to say? Did you mean something else, not abort? Deport, perhaps, is what you were going for. I don't know that we should ever...
it could be real spicy.
Yeah, that's a spicy take. That's the latest term I've heard in a very long time. I don't think we should permanently settle 20,000 Haitians in any city in this country. I think immigration should be done in a very particular and focused way where we bring people in who are qualified people, who are going to assimilate to the culture and who are going to bring something to these communities, and people who will be good citizens over time, but not just free for all. That's chaos. Think about it as your neighborhood. And if in your neighborhood, all of a sudden they said, we got a bus full of people that are arriving. We're not sure where they're going to go. We're not sure exactly what they're going to do, but they've arrived. So they're going to start wandering around your neighborhood. And those buses just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Locals are almost always going to rail against that. They've done that in Chicago. They've done that in New York. They've done that in all these places. So are a lot of people out there eating a whole bunch of pets and stuff? I haven't seen any evidence to confirm that. If you have any, do send it to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But I have seen a lot of evidence that it's a strain on the city of Springfield. And of course that is. Of course that's the case. Link said on YouTube, Sean, please correct yourself when you stated the Haitians are illegal. Did I say illegal immigrants? If I said that, here's what I mean. They are migrants with a temporary status right now because there's essentially a civil war going on in Haiti. So technically speaking, they're not illegal immigrants. Technically speaking, they're not citizens. They just have a temporary protected status in the United States right now. If I said something different, that's the facts of the case. All right, we are going to work in, let's see, 1 or 2 dispatches can do it right now. Let's see what you have thoughts on. Here's Leslie, who is joining us on the show. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hey, News Junkies. I think it was last week where we heard the story of a mayor in South Florida who drove their car into someone's yard and yelled, like, I'm the mayor. And then when the cops came, no, I'm not the mayor.
I'm not the mayor.
And now there's an underage drinking mayor all in Florida. Like, is there something going on with, like, the mayor's office that makes them really, really have to drink?
Probably.
I'm not sure. Are we just scratching the surface? I need to hear from some sober mayors.
I don't know what's happening with the world of mayors, but yes, that was in This Week in Florida, I believe, last week.
It was.
Where the mayor said, what are you doing? I'm the mayor. And then the cops came and he was like, I am not the mayor.
Not the mayor. Don't call me mayor.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I believe you could hear the cops on the body cam saying this person is definitely the mayor. Was it a man or a woman? I don't remember.
It was a woman.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a story. And we got a lot of stuff happening. Mayors are stressed, I guess. There's a lot going on with them.
Did you guys do anything special yesterday to observe 9/11?
Your birthday? Oh.
No.
My birthday, we did the show. But I saw this, and it's like, oh, gosh, to be a fly on the wall for how stupid this sounds. But I saw this picture on Reddit, and it's from a Discord, and it says, at everyone, tomorrow we'll be having 9/11 RP night, like role playing. Starting at the usual time for movies, we'll be watching full TV coverage of 9/11 and pretending this is the first time we've seen it.
You must be in character.
You must be in character in the VC.
I would like to be Steve Rainasizi.
That's weird. That's kind of strange, I think.
That's odd behavior. How these can't be like adults?
No, that's the problem. The problem is there's a bunch of young people who don't have a connection to 9/11 because it was now 23 years ago. They don't get it. To them, it's just like the Cold War or Vietnam to people
Pearl
who might
Harbor.
be. Yeah, it's those things that are just of the past, but the people who lived through them, they're still very, very important to them. That's something that I've seen a lot. And this is why I've seen more and more of this 1900 stuff. There was a shirt I saw the other day and it said, be easy on me. I was born in the 1900s. And more of that stuff is coming out. That just shows you how far we're going into the 2000s. That now the 1900s are so far behind us. What must it say? If you go to, to be a smoker, you have to be what, 21 now?
Yes.
So if you were born in 2003, you could smoke cigarettes now.
Congratulations.
See, those folks don't have much of a connection to 9/11. They were babies or not even alive in that case when this occurred. Rachel says, did Wasson clear up the eating pets thing? I had to miss. I'm sorry you missed it. But what I said was they're all eating all the pets. There are no more pets in Springfield. They have all been gobbled up by the Haitian immigrants. That's what's happening there. No, I said there's major problems because if you have a city of 60,000 people or close to it and you put 20 more thousand people there within 4 years, growing pains going to happen. People aren't going to like it. They're going to be resistant to it. Those are the things that we're seeing right now. And it's kind of being conflated by the weirdo cat story, dog story stuff. Will there actually be stories of that? I don't know. We'll see what pops up. Maybe something happens, but nothing has been valid so far. Somebody says 21 to smoke. Yep. Yeah. Now it's 21.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a plan to keep moving that up, though?
I think they're doing that until no one can smoke anymore.
Yeah, until it's just like 65 and then 70, then done. Nobody smokes. Okay, quick break. When we come back, an email coming in targeting me. And we'll get to your dispatches. Excuse me. I apologize. That is unprofessional.
That's what the email's about. You burping on the air too much.
It might be. You'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are in Detroit to face the Lions this Sunday. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down on I-4 this afternoon through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. There's delays between Osceola Parkway and the Beach Line there, and authorities are clearing up an accident causing delays on US 27 southbound near I-4. There's delays due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. It's off to the right shoulder, and traffic is backed up from I-4 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Go all the way and save. It's the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score new Nissans from 18.9 with no payments till 2025 and 0% interest. Touchdown at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Home with a lifetime warranty.
The number RL 897631. MSRP 20,050 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. Anywhere from when we have a live event, there be customer events ahead of that. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without the relationship iHeart has with the artists, with venues to create these really exclusive events, festivals that iHeart puts on, gives Capital One the ability to create those moments. People are passionate about their favorite artists, and so we try to tap into that together.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This
Thank you for hanging out with us. We're always getting down to the bottom of things, and today is no different on that front. Here we go. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Ashley has an email for us here. It says, Sean, my dispatch name is the Disney Adult. Oh, I can see where this is headed. Uh-oh. And I just want to say how happy I am that you are now one of us. I am not one of you, Ashley. No idea what you're talking about. It's so awesome to hear all the Disney tie-ins now that you go to the parks so often. It's gotten to, if I go to Epcot or something, which, folks, I'm eating around the world. I'm just trying to enjoy my life. It's stressful over here. I want to eat around the world, have a couple of drinks, and enjoy myself. I'll walk around and I'll be like, hey. There's always somebody who says hi there, which don't stop yourself from doing that. It's totally okay. Everybody's been
just
very,
don't
very
linger.
Nice. No, just don't call me a Disney adult while you're doing it. I'm just an adult that happens to be having fun at a Disney-related park. I want to turn you on to a social club that you might like called Disney Day Drinkers Club. Okay. We're basically a huge group of Disney adults who go to the parks and enjoy an adult drink or 2 or 5. Yeah. Our mascot, Benny, is a trash can in the England section of Epcot. Thought we might be a group that you and Courtney would be interested in.
I think I've heard of these people.
Yeah?
Yeah, the trash can mascot is ringing a bell.
Okay. I know there's talking trash cans. I know that's a thing, but I'm not up on this one. I'll have to go check it out. It's Benny. Anyway, love the show and listen every day. Thank you for everything you do to entertain us and make us laugh, says Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate you. Greg emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sean, on the show yesterday, you guys mentioned Lil Wayne performing at the halftime show. I think it was C-Lane that thought Mo said Lil Wayne had sex at his show. That reminded me of when Kodak Black was banging a chick in one of the suites at a Florida Panthers game. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out. That's a flex move. Get him at the Super Bowl. All right. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate that.
But it wasn't a Kodak Black show, though. That's the thing. I just misheard Moses, and I was like, Moses said he had sets.
Sets, CTS.
And I was like, oh, sex. That would be an interesting show.
It would. And I've heard of acts doing this kind of stuff. I've heard of performers that get a little more risque on stage, but I've never been to one of those shows myself. Keeping my distance for now. I would love to tell you about Courtney's movie, but she seems hesitant for me to share the details.
To give you the green light?
Yeah, the actual green light.
Does she need to copyright it first? Is that what?
She looked over at me, C-Lane. We're sitting on the couch. She pauses the movie we're watching, and she went from 0 to 100. She said, what if, and then she laid out an entire perfectly formed plot to a movie, all of the characters, what they were doing, what the overall message of the movie was, what the ending of the movie was, where the location of the movie was, and then she stopped, and I go, wow.
Did she have actors and actresses in mind to play the parts?
Not yet. I haven't heard any of that yet. I haven't heard any of that yet. You might be able to work yourself in here, Josh. But she said the whole movie, from nuts to soup, she explains it to me, and then she hits play on the TV, and I'm like, wow, it's a really good idea, actually. I would go see that movie. And then she hit pause again, and she goes, I'm writing this down. And she went into the room and grabbed her phone and put down all the information from this movie. And then she goes, how do I get a hold of Steven Spielberg? You might be aiming a little too high.
If you had the answer to that, that would be impressive.
She's like, how do I get a hold of Steven Spielberg? Maybe we should start, like, does he have a grandson or something? Maybe what we need to do is watch Claim to Fame, and somebody on there we might be able to shop this movie.
Maybe Jake Spielberg will be a better.
Yeah, like what was one of the guys? He was Chuck Norris's nephew. He might be able to help us out.
Wasn't he the guy that got kicked off for using his phone?
He did. Yeah, he did. I'm so happy I didn't get spoiled on that. We binged last week the entire season, the new one of Claim to Fame.
Real good.
I love that show. It's so corny and cheesy, but I think it's such a fun watch.
The first, it's a unique idea, and it's executed well. I think
it is.
I think the Jonas guys are great in it. I think they do a really good job hosting the show.
The challenges are kind of fun.
They are, and Ashley and I love the clues. Like as soon as a clue comes out, we like pause.
Same.
We're trying to. And inevitably I'll pause it, and then the YouTube TV graphics will block the clue, and I'm like, but we're trying to figure out. I figured out Michael Bolton before a lot of people.
Really? I didn't. That one took me until he started mentioning it, because the guy was basically just wanted to throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't heard of this show, it's super corny, but it's fun. Claim to Fame, there's a couple of seasons you could binge now. I think 3 seasons total that you can binge now. And all of the people are related to big-time celebrities. And there's clues all around the house, and they can win other clues, and they have to unmask who the celebrity relationship is. The one girl, I think last season that Sealand was talking about, she was related to Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Yeah. And she got so mad that their clue for her was too obvious. It was a park bench. And when they evicted her out of the house because somebody guessed that she was Tom Hanks' relative, she went into a full meltdown. They put a bench out there. It's a bench.
She went into a full meltdown with her microphone still on.
Yeah,
clearly recording everything she was bitching about. It was very hilarious.
Very good show. Again, super cheesy. Don't think it's going to be some crazy next level professional. It's just a fun show.
And I think the longer it goes on, the more people are starting to strategize a little bit. Like the one this latest season, the guy was like in the bathroom, and he was like looking in the mirror, and he's like, "Get it together, man. You're a Banderas." And he wasn't. He just wanted somebody to hear that, and they guessed him, and they got kicked off.
Yeah, they were trying to trick each other. They were getting more clever. It's $100,000, I think. So the prize is not so bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do these shows and they haven't updated the prizes since the 90s, and they'll go, hey, here's what you have to do. Here's the mission, and the winner is going to get $25,000. Everybody looks at each other and they're like, that's not bad, but after taxes, I'm going to get raked over the coals. I'm not making that much money.
The one that gets me, and I think, even though I'm a big fan of his, I think the person who is the biggest dick on the Food Network is Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if you win Chopped, you get $10,000. If you win one of the Chopped tournaments, you get like $50,000 to $100,000. If you win Guys Grocery Games, you get your chance at $20,000. If you win Beat Bobby Flay, you get nothing. You just
get satisfaction.
You just get to brag that you beat Bobby Flay, and he hardly ever gets beaten. And the Bobby Flay's show before Beat Bobby Flay was the Throwdown Show, where he would go to restaurants who specialize in one item and tell them I could make it better, and then they would have a competition, and he would try he would go to the place that has like the
he's a bully.
He is a bully. He would go to the place that has the best raspberry cheesecake in town, and then they would pretend that the Food Network was doing a special on their raspberry cheesecake, and while they're filming this fake ass special, Bobby Flay would show up and go, "Are you ready for a throwdown? I'm going to make better raspberry cheesecake than you." And then he's
like the Kool-Aid man of the Food Network.
Yes.
Bursts in.
I don't get why people
losers
why you wouldn't want to go on a different show, like a Chopped or something that would get you some money so you can upgrade that food truck into a brick and mortar or pay for that cancer or whatever. You go on Beat Bobby Flay and there's nothing.
Yeah, I get people who keep going on there, though, I guess. Maybe just the publicity or something.
And I love him. I don't know why sometimes.
It works. There's yet another actress who is stepping out. I think there's been a musician that did this. There's actresses. There's more people who are stepping out and taking shots at their fans, which is a brave move. But this is Valerie Curry.
After the break.
Who is from Fire? She's Firecracker.
I don't know why that took you guys so long.
I got it.
From The Boys, the television show The Boys, she plays the character Firecracker. And she's the latest celebrity to come out and address their fans and be like, you guys need to stop crossing the line. You don't do this and don't do this and don't do this. And I just want to say, I was first. I was the one first who said, don't linger.
You're the chaperone of local radio.
That's right. You bet your ass. I'm the one who started this movement and say, I love you. I appreciate you. Let's have a chat. But we're not going to hang out for the rest of the day. You thinking that is strange. It's a little bit strange. She said that. She says, it's not okay. It's not funny. There's personal boundaries at play here. And we'll see how fans take this as it continues to spread around among the celebrities.
Well, she's citing an uncomfortable experience, though. Did it say exactly what the experience is?
It happened at Belfast Comic Con, and she said, just got back from the first day of Comic Con in Northern Ireland in Belfast. And by and large, everyone was fantastic. Everyone, for the most part, has been so kind and so lovely. That's nice. It's been really wonderful. But we do need to talk about boundaries and what's appropriate in terms of behavior. I know people saw a character that I played and do some pretty extreme things on The Boys, and I don't care if you're in costume. I don't care if you're in character. It's not okay. It's not funny to demand those things from me in person at my booth. It's not okay.
What things?
It says, well, I'm not getting into specifics about exactly what happened. One could put some pieces together, and this says. I don't know what that means because I don't watch The Boys.
There's one scene in The Boys where she shoots breast milk in Homelander's mouth.
Oh, tell me somebody tried to shoot breast milk.
I'd be willing to bet someone asked her if she could do that in real life.
Oh, that's inappropriate. Yeah, she was right about that. I don't have a problem with drawing the line, telling your fans not to shoot breast milk at you or ask you to shoot it at them. Or if somebody probably was trying to be clever and say, let's pose for a little video where we're faking this. A lot of people think that is okay. So they'll come up and let's say you're Andrew Dice Clay. The fan comes up and they're like, oh, I'm going to do a video. Do the hickory dickory dock joke. And Andrew Dice Clay goes, just take a photo. Just take a video.
Clown.
Yeah, I'm not your little monkey over here that is going to do tricks for you. That's not what I want to do. What do you think about all this? Should the celebrities just shut up? They're getting paid anyways. Let us know your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now.
Tammy on YouTube says, Josh was turned down to be intern. How can he get a part in Courtney's movie?
He's past that,
Courtney's always been nice to me.
He's made his big comeback. He's rallying right now.
Yeah,
he could be in this movie. I want to tell you the plot of the movie, but she had texted me. She says, too soon. It's not ready yet. Ready for what? I don't know.
Prime time.
I said, I'm telling. And she said, you don't know enough about it and somebody could steal it. And I said, the people need to know.
The magnet all over again.
Yeah, it's happening. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get down to a $2 million buy. What's that for? And if you're looking for a job, boy, do I have a line on one for you. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. The right shoulder is blocked. Traffic is backed up from I-4 there. There's slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and the Beach Line there, and delays at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking the right turn lane on Lake Mary Boulevard eastbound at Lake Emma Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Guys, it's time to deploy the secret weapon. What's that? It's Blue Chew. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And it's a unique online service. They deliver the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable. It's a fraction of the cost. And wait until you hear the deal I'm going to hook you up with here. The thing about Blue Chew that's fantastic is it's an online prescription service, so you don't have to go to the doctor and have an awkward conversation. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. It comes right to your door in a discreet package, and you're off to the races. This is something you should be using to take your B game and bring it up to an A game. And that is what you need to do today. There's a special deal for you right now. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code, the letters TNJ, to receive your first month free. Check out Blue Chew now.
Mike, you got to check out this new gadget we got. The Bartesian. It's like having a full bar right at home.
You mean I can finally retire from my brief stint as a bartender at your parties?
Exactly. No more mixing cocktails with a confused look on your face.
Hey, I wasn't that confused.
With Bartesian, everything you need is in these little capsules. Bitters, real fruit juices. Then all you do is add liquor, and you got the perfect mixed drink in under 30 seconds. You can even customize the pour depending on how strong of a drink you want.
Sounds amazing.
It is. There's over 60 different types of cocktails, so guests can make their own drinks, and we can go back to just being the best hosts in the neighborhood.
And the cocktails, be honest, are they actually good?
Dude, they're better than the best bars I've ever been to.
I may need one from my house.
Yeah, for sure.
For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian cocktail maker only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Andersen's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Andersen. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. You won't be disappointed. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? with a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer. I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage, exclusions, and limitations may apply.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL Media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Today, each day that you spend with us is a day that I enjoy more because you were there. So thanks. Want to learn more? Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. You guys looking for a new job?
Yes.
Looking for a new gig? All right.
Let's get out
here. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We got to hang up our headphones and just be done with this and be on our way. And I think this sounds pretty good. A lot of you must be looking for work out there. And one place that I've seen that says they're willing to pay up, because this sounds pretty decent to me, is Aldi, the grocery store. And they're about to hire 13,000 people. And the starting wages for warehouse workers will be $23 per hour. And I thought, that sounds okay. That sounds pretty decent if you were working in one of these places. Just right in the door, starting wages, $23 an hour. The starting wage for their store employees, $18 an hour. Go in there. You don't need much experience. You just run the show, or not even run the show, just be part of the show, I guess. According to Aldi, those who joined the company early tend to stick around. The grocery retailer found that 7 out of 10 assistant store managers and over 30% of store managers started as sales associates and moved up the ranks. That's a key thing about an establishment like that. Or I guess you could just say a business like that. I was looking earlier at this tweet that had gone viral, and they were talking about companies. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to bring it up here in time. Yeah, I will. Okay. They were talking about companies that make the most money based on how many employees they have. Any guesses as to who would be number one on that? Most money, fewest employees. I think it'll make sense once I say it. But right now, you're probably not going to land on it.
The company that makes the most money?
Yep. And they have the fewest employees. So they have the highest revenue per employee is what they have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Number one, OnlyFans. Because all the people who are making all the money, they generate $1.3 billion in revenue. Damn. And only 42 people work at the company. That's $30 million, almost $31 million per employee that they take in revenue. Of course, a lot of that's going to go to the people who are creating content on their website. Craigslist, can you believe this? Craigslist still makes $694 million a year.
Off what?
I have no idea. $694 million a year. There's 50 employees that work for Craigslist. And that means each employee, the revenue per employee is $13.8 million. That's a huge one. How is Craigslist still bringing in almost $700 million a year?
No idea.
I thought you could post on there for free.
Anything I've ever posted on Craigslist has been free.
That's what I thought. Excuse me, I'm choking over here.
They charge for job postings.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The job postings were bringing in that much. That's unbelievable. $700 million for 50 employees. Netflix is $33.7 billion. They have 13,000 employees. And then you start to go up into the companies that have lots of people that work for them. Apple makes $383 billion a year. Ooh. They have 161,000 employees over at Apple. 161,000 people work for Apple. Google has 182,000 people that work for them. And Microsoft has 221,000 employees.
Damn.
That is a lot of people who work for those three companies alone. Point Blank Ted on Twitch says Craigslist charges for real estate ads in San Francisco and New York. Are they getting like a percentage of the sale or something? What are they getting?
No, I think it's just you just a flat rate for the ad.
That's so much cash. They're doing pretty well over there.
50 employees, that's not bad.
Over to somebody who I got to say, I like his approach. I'm a fan. He's kind of, Josh is kind of stuck in a strange spot right now because as we know it, Taylor Swift has come out, shocking everyone, and supported Kamala Harris.
No.
She's throwing her support behind Kamala
Have you seen all the memes about like,
No.
Taylor Swift came out for Kamala Harris. It makes sense because all her songs are about picking the wrong man.
I see. And then Patrick Mahomes' wife, Brittany, I believe is her name.
Yes.
Brittany Mahomes. She had
Mrs. Mahomes.
She didn't come out and say she supported Trump. She dared to like a post on Instagram or something. It's a really vague level of support that she gave the former president. So she kind of got close to Trump's orbit, and they said, oh, my God. Then there were all these losers who said Taylor Swift shouldn't hang out with her, yada, 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 yada. Then Trump, after Taylor Swift said that she was supporting Kamala Harris, Trump said, Brittany Mahomes is better anyhow. And that leaves Patrick Mahomes in this awkward spot. And I like how he's handling himself. Here he is at a press conference, and he's addressing this issue.
Former President Trump referenced you and your family again today on Fox News in relation to his campaign. I just wonder what your reaction is to seeing that.
Yeah, I think I've always said I don't want my place and my platform to be used to endorse a candidate or do whatever. Either way, I think my place is to inform people to get registered to vote. It's to inform people to do their own research and then make their best decision for them and their family. And so I think that's every time I'm on this stage and I get asked these questions, I'm going to refer back to that because I think that's what makes America so great.
I like that. I think that makes sense. Like, you don't have to pick somebody. You don't have to get up there and bang on the drums and say, all of my supporters should vote for this person. It doesn't have any impact on me to begin with, but saying people should vote, that's cool. Saying that people should inform themselves, that's cool. Although I do say we have a huge problem with people just being misinformed. Everybody's mad about things that just aren't even real. People on the left mad about things that aren't even real. People on the right mad about things that aren't even real. People on the right into conspiracy after conspiracy, and people on the left pointing out those conspiracies and then talking with each other and going, hey, what's the latest on Trump faking that assassination attempt? I posted that yesterday, and the comments were full of people like, it wasn't real. It was fake. You didn't. Oh, my God. Hey, people are into your own conspiracy. Stupid. Wrong. Somebody says Mahomes looks tired. Maybe he's tired. He's playing football, man. Getting out there on the field.
He's a
doing
busy
his thing.
guy.
Yeah, I bet it's tiring out there.
First I've ever heard what he sounds like.
Yeah, I didn't know his
you
voice
know
sounded
what?
like
I did
that.
not. I don't think I've heard him speak a lot.
Me either. It's a little cartoony, kind
I
of.
think it was important, though. I don't know if important is the right word, but when you were at the U.S. Open this past weekend and you guys were there with Taylor and Travis, I mean, is that an important image to show that, you know, people who may have different philosophies can...
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always,
yeah.
even dating back, I think if you've seen my history, I've grown up with people from every every aspect of life and every background. And I think the best thing about a football locker room and kind of how I've grown up in baseball locker rooms, everything about that is people can come together and achieve something and achieve a common goal. And I think if we can, I mean, we talked about it a while back, but I think if we can do that as a nation, I think we can get the best out of each other. And so I think that's something that I do every single day. And whenever I'm hanging out with whoever, I'm not thinking about their political views or anything like that. I'm thinking about the people and how they treat other people.
What is happening? America's making a comeback right now. What is happening?
Pat Mahomes for president.
I can't believe this. We've got Biden putting on a Trump hat and joking around with the Trump supporter guy. We've got Patrick Mahomes saying, who cares if people that you're friends with disagree with your politics? We've got some actual sane conversations taking place where people aren't just at each other's throats. Oh, my God, I celebrate it. This is good. We need more of this. The friend that you need to be aware of, the friend that you need to distance yourself from, is not the friend that has different political views than you. It's the friend who will never shut up about politics. It's the friend who wants you to pass their litmus test to see if you have all the same feelings on all the same subjects that they do. We're people. We're all very different. We all should have completely different sets of beliefs. If you are looking to mirror somebody else's beliefs, that seems kind of dumb. I dig it, man. Tell people to that get beyond politics. Hang out with somebody and enjoy their personality and get away from it. I'm with it. And I did like this, so I wanted to share this before we go to a couple of dispatches. The Panthers decided that they would, in Carolina, post on their Instagram, never forget, on 9/11. They wanted to commemorate the day, 9/11/01, never forget. And the comments were there for us. The comments rolling in and saying, this post is still not safe. Every Sunday feels like I'm reliving 9/11. Sir,
they are bad.
Sir, a second Saints wide receiver has hit the end zone. Our towers have been collapsing since 2017. This team makes me wish I was on those planes. Jesus Christ. No way y'all left the comments up on this one. I won't forget how bad the Saints did us week one. Our 9/11 was this past Sunday. Our 9/11 is every Sunday. Saddam Hussein would be a better defensive coordinator. Just absolutely brutal on 9/11. And there you go. So that's bringing us together to laugh about things, I think. All right, let's work in one or two dispatches.
Never forget 1047, which I guess was their score.
Yeah, they got blown out.
It's Josh's team.
Not anymore.
Oh, is it?
I haven't paid attention in years because they've just been trash.
What would draw you to the Carolina Panthers?
I'm from there.
Oh, are you? I didn't even know. I thought you were an Orlando boy. You were born where in North Carolina?
Greensboro,
North Carolina. How long did you live there for?
5 whole years of my life.
Okay, so you're similar to me. You were born in another place. I was born in Burlington, Vermont, and I was there till I was like 6.
Home of the coat factory.
Do you have actual memories of living in North Carolina?
Yeah,
or no?
a few, but most of them are from here.
Yeah, same for me. It's kind of weird because you don't get to claim local and you don't get to claim anything else, but you're not somebody who was born in this place. It's a weird spot to be in. Here is OMG, it's Price. And guess what? He has a dispatch for us.
First. Hey, junkies. Price here. First dispatch. So the Valerie Curie thing, right? In The Boys, Homelander has a breast milk or like breastfeeding fetish. Mm-hmm. And her character, Firecracker, takes hormones to make herself lactate so that she can support Homelander and this fetish. So yeah, what happened was at this convention, the guy was cosplaying Homelander and asked her to with him reenact one of those scenes or, you know, something to that extent. And she was not about it. And her telling him no, he just got angry about it. And him and his friend were there, and she said that they both got angry about it, and it made her very uncomfortable. That's what started all this. So, yeah, I think asking a celebrity to breastfeed you is kind of crossing a line.
Yeah, very true. It's this weird thing where fans can have expectations that are bizarre. And the guys who did this probably left going, God, what a bitch she is. All I wanted to do is reenact a funny scene from the show she was in, and they'll run with that going, yeah, she was so rude, not thinking, hey, acting like this person is your little prank monkey, acting like you paid for an autograph so they should do whatever you ask them to, is outrageously stupid. They don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything from these people.
Be like going up to Katy Perry, like, I did the dishes. Give
it to me. Pay up. But sometimes fans will have outsized expectations of what should be happening at one of these meet and greets. Oh, my God, I can't believe she wouldn't just reenact the breastfeeding sequence with me. So, yeah, she shouldn't do that.
If he's dressed as Homelander, getting angry about that is pretty in character, though.
Oh, yeah, because he's Homelander is the most evil of them all, is he not?
Yes.
He was a really bad guy. I only watched the first 2 to 3 seasons of that show. And
I only watched the first one.
I liked it at the beginning. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. But it just kind of, it lost me. I don't know where it lost me, somewhere along the way.
It was that second season doing one episode at a time instead of dropping the whole thing so you could binge it.
Yeah, it might have been, actually, because you start forgetting about all of that stuff. Let us know what you think. Is that wrong? Is that too far? Your opinion is wanted. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
Speaking of creepy, do you see this tweet that people are getting on Elon Musk about?
Oh, that is weird. Yeah.
Where he said, "Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life."
Was the response from Travis Kelce real, or was that fake?
I haven't seen a response from Travis Kelce.
I saw a screenshot.
Elon tweet.
I saw a screenshot, and I don't know if it was real. It might have been fake. But it was like, I play football.
According to Yahoo News, no, Travis Kelce didn't respond to Elon Musk's disgusting tweet.
I wouldn't have thought he did. It's a weird tweet to begin with. He's just using his power over at X to put weird stuff out there every day or so. Okay, when we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million.
Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Thursday. And the rest of today will feature off and on showers and storms. We're looking at around a 50 to 60% chance of these, mostly taking shape as we head into this afternoon. So as you're heading home from work or school, keep in mind you could expect some heavy downpours that would lead to ponding on roadways and some blinding rain. Otherwise, high temperatures will be kept to a minimum, only reaching the upper 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Listen up, my friends. Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range. And if you're one of them, you should explore the savings for a refinance to lower your payments or get cash out. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguy.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguy.com.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Hones.
Looking for the best donuts and breakfast treats in town? Then you got to go check out Shipley's Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley's Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less. With $17.50 admission. Now through the end of September. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Next weekend at Internet, join us as we open the IDC Vault and showcase the largest selection of diamonds you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Create the ring of your dreams and get 3 years, 0 interest financing. It's September 20th through the 22nd, exclusively at International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Dr. Ryan Green, sharing a weight loss discovery.
You've heard of those weight loss injections that produce shocking results, right? If your goal is to lose weight, a group of doctors created a remarkable weight loss supplement called Lean, and it's very encouraging. The studied ingredients in Lean have been shown to help maintain healthy glucose levels, help burn fat by converting fat into energy, and reduce appetite so you eat less. Lean could be the weight loss answer you've been searching for.
Visit TakeLean.com, promo code radio. That's TakeLean.com, promo code radio.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. My tongue got away from me. Wrap everything up for a lovely Thursday. Sort of a grab bag of things here at the end of the show, and let's file through some of them. First things first, there was just an announcement of a bomb threat in Springfield, Ohio, at City Hall. We've been talking about Springfield with, they're eating the pets. They're eating all the dogs out there.
They're eating your dogs.
There's rumors everywhere. I await the info that proves this at tipsathenewsjunkie.com. I'm all ears. I never really have a side that I'm defending other than my own. And I say that there is a big problem with mass immigration everywhere where you try it. And in Springfield, where they put 20,000 Haitians in 4 years' time, adding to the population, which was only 60,000, 20,000 additional people, there's a bunch of problems. But this doesn't seem to be one of them. There are lots of problems with them driving, with the hospitals being all full up, with the rental market being absolutely disastrous because there's too many people. There's been all kinds of problems, but it doesn't seem like this one is one of them. However, that may be leading to this bomb threat at City Hall in Springfield, Ohio. Big ups, thank you to Ballerina2222, who is the latest Secret Show subscriber.
Yes.
And might I suggest to you, now is a great time to subscribe to secret shows. We are going to be doing a secret show tonight. Secret shows, which if you unlock them, you can check out. There's a ton of them already, hundreds and hundreds of episodes, and they are fully uncensored, fully unhinged. It's myself, C-Lane, and Josh each week, and I think you're going to love it. It's not political stuff. It's evergreen, so if you're looking to burn some content, we got it for you, baby. There's a lot. And the other thing you could do is if you're a Secret Show subscriber, sign up, right? Sign up at thenewsjunkie.com and unlock Secret Shows. You'll see you get more access to the website. You get the full soundboard. You get early access to merch and detail or deals. You get promo codes and stuff. You got all that when you unlock Secret Shows. But if you go to my account on thenewsjunkie.com when you're all subbed up, you can see where you can connect to the Discord. And around 7:30-ish, we do the show live, streamed, full video and everything, fully uncensored on the Discord. And you can connect over on thenewsjunkie.com in my account. Pretty easy to do, and we hope you'll jump on board and be a subscriber. Okay, what else? We got some emails. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Kurt says, Sean, you're not required to roll your window down all the way for a police officer as long as you can communicate. What happens is ego-driven, badge-heavy cops are saying, oh, you're being difficult, you're not cooperating, roll the windows all the way down. No, I don't need to. A court decided it was okay to pull you out of a car whenever they felt like it, and that is the problem in America today, ego-driven cops. I have a Fourth Amendment right to be secured in person and papers. I have the Fifth Amendment right to not answer your question. Please excuse typos, says Kurt. You have to roll your window at least a little bit down, though. And the problem with Tyreek Hill was he rolled it all the way up, and that set him loose after him. Okay, it's time to do it, friends. Here goes the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
I was gonna say I hope to do that one day, but I don't really want to plead the Fifth now that I think about it.
You would definitely be like in court, right?
You're in a bad spot to begin with.
If I'm doing that, if I'm pleading the Fifth, I'm in trouble. Something bad has happened.
It's also the guiltiest looking thing you can do. It is. I know it's there for our protection, and it's there for it is our right as ingrained by the Bill of Rights. But it looks super guilty.
I agree. Let's go over to Tired Mom real quick.
Hey, News Junkies, Tired Mom here. I am a native of Florida, and even though Sean and Josh, you're not natives, you are locals, and we love our locals.
Hey, I'm happy to be anything. I'm part of the team for once. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right. They're the best. You want to move your stuff and you want it taken care of meticulously. You go to Cento Family Moving and Storage. Those guys are the best. Decades of experience, fully licensed and insured to provide a seamless moving experience. Local, long distance, packing, delivery, and you know, if you need the storage, they got that too, and they're great. Movers who will meet your needs anytime, anywhere. Get a quote today at centomoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
NRA buying a $2 million spot run in Montana with the Can't Wait ad. It's a real mom who says she can't wait for 911. We'll see if that works. There's a $2,800 phone with 3 folds and 5 million pre-orders on it that's out there. And that's going to have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Today I Learned for Thursday, September 12th, 2024. Excellent job today, boys. Excellent job, Josh.
Thank you.
You really did it.
Yes.
And just wanted to say that to you on the way out. Today I learned this guy right here.
Bon Jovi.
That's right, Bon Jovi. In 2014, while trapped at a casino during a blizzard, Bon Jovi put on a full live show for the employees and guests who were trapped along with him in the Mohegan Sun.
That's cool.
This is another one I've done before as an excuse to play a little Bon Jovi on the way out. So here we are, friends. Don't forget, Secret Show's live tonight for subscribers. Connect your account under my account at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast on the website. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.